Alrighty, we are here. Let's go. We are here. We got the end of the Dolphins and the Bills. There's actually still a lot of time left in this game, but coming right up, we're going to go straight into the Giants and the Vikings, which that should be a fun game. How we doing, John Bowman? Great to see you here. Giants and Vikings kicking off in about 15 minutes or so. But in the Buffalo Miami game, which is very close.
We are
Well,
here.
let me just turn off
Let's
my own
go.
stream here. There's still a lot of time left, so there's a lot of different things that can happen. Daniel Barry, how are we doing, bud? Great to have you here, man. Well, this Miami Buffalo game has been bonkers. Buffalo up 17-0, and just Miami's been able to get their way back into the game. Crazy fiance, yo, or crazy guy. The number one Cowboys fan in the house, and you're hungover. Did you stay at your friend's house, or did you get an Uber home? Because I certainly hope you didn't drive home. Dolphin. You think the Dolphins are going to win? Oh, I think that Buffalo will finish it out. But, and man, full credit to Miami with Skylar Thompson, another 7th-round rookie, just like Brock Purdy. Playing good football, playing very solid today. So really can't complain about that. Yeah, but we're going to have Giants and Vikings coming up momentarily. That's going to kick off in about 15 minutes or so. But I figured, why not just talk about this Miami and Buffalo game while we're kind of waiting for that. That's good, man. That's good that you stayed at your friend's house. Happy to hear that. No point in risking anything unless you have to. Go Niners, says Spy Nick Danger. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. Man, yeah, what a great win for the 49ers yesterday. Go Spy Nick Danger. What a great win for the Niners yesterday. We move on to the divisional round. And the game today, if Minnesota wins, then we play Minnesota. If the Giants win, then we play the winner of Dallas and Tampa Bay. 1st and 10 here for Buffalo. Josh Allen's got time back. They're launching it. Got him, man. Gabe Davis. Great defense there by Kohu. Wow. Hit the like button. Didn't New York and the Vikings play already? No, they're about to play Rich Ideas. They will be playing and kicking off in about 15 minutes, a little bit under. My head hurts more than I thought it would in a hangover. Yeah, it's gnarly. Drink a lot of water, try and eat some food, and then if you need to, take some like Tylenol, and you'll be straight. Still want a Niner jersey. G-Not says that says Barkley next season. And man, that would be a dream come true, but that ain't going to happen. We're already paying McCaffrey. We have Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, TDP. Yeah. Allen launching it again, just too far for Gabe Davis, so no chance at that. 34-31, Buffalo over Miami. What a crazy game, huh? And what do you guys think of my shirt? You got any Street Fighter fans in the house? I'm going to grab me some Brita filtered water, but man, this game is crazy going. There's still over 10 minutes left in the game, too. Holy smokes. All I do is win, 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 win. Wow, and Josh Allen just gets sacked. Allen gets sacked on the play. Taken down. And it's 4th down for Buffalo. Holy moly. Buffalo's going to have to punt the ball away. 10 minutes left in the game here. They had kept a lot of guys in. They kept that running back. Good blocking by Nyheim Hines, in fairness. 4th and 13. Buffalo's going to punt the ball back to Miami. And then we are about 10 minutes or so away from kickoff between the Vikings and the Giants. But for sure, this game will still be underway. Nice little spin move there on the punt, but he gets taken down after about 3-yard gain. So Miami now takes over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. There is 9:54 left in the game, and they're only down 3. So yikes. Let me add a little. Nah, I'm not gonna bother because we're gonna switch over to the Giants and Vikings game as soon as that kicks off. But a little bit of bonus coverage, pregame coverage, end of the Dolphins and the Bills. Bills 34, Dolphins 31. I really thought that the Bills were just gonna crush Miami. Miami, of course, no Tua at quarterback. And I really thought that the Bills, and it looked like that was going to happen. The Bills were up 17-0, and Miami just worked their way back in. They intercepted Josh Allen twice. You sack, fumble. You return it for a touchdown. You're moving the ball fairly well. And bam, all of a sudden, right back in it. Right back in it. Don't forget to hit the like on the stream. I just witnessed, Jesus Christ. Are you okay today? Why did you watch that? Jesus. Yikes. But there we go, crazy guy. I guess you're living up to your name. But yeah, there's just under 10 minutes left in this game, and then as soon as Minnesota and New York gets underway, then we will move over to that game. But this is a crazy game that I did not think it would be anywhere near this close. Miami and Buffalo. Of course, look, when you have these division games, and this is kind of something that we thought that could have, and it was happening in the 49ers Seahawks game up till halftime, that the game was close, and you just never know. Trifecta W's over the Sea Chickens. Gotta love it. For some reason, all my Hawk buddies are quiet today. Silence is golden. Let's hear the sound of silence. Yeah, it's a beautiful sound, man. All the Seahawk fans just shh. They'll have nothing to say until next season, and then even then, we'll see. I do think that the Seahawks have a very bright future ahead of them, but ultimately I am not. I think that, look, of course, live in the now. And I think that the Niners have a real good thing going, 11 straight wins. First and 10 Miami at their own 33. Skylar Thompson behind center. Hands it off to Jeff Wilson Jr., former 49er. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, crazy guy. I think that's a good idea. I would say that's a good idea to do that. After what it said you just saw. That's gnarly. Yeah, you're right, G-Not. To beat a division opponent 3 times in 1 year, never an easy thing to do. And the Niners, 2 of the times we absolutely destroyed Seattle. The other time, I think the score was maybe a little bit closer than it should have been. Skylar Thompson, you just got to throw it away. That's no way he could have caught that. So, 3rd and 10 coming up for Miami. So, this game is really crawl. The last 3 minutes of game time has been 15 minutes in terms of real, just because of all the incomplete passes and 3 and outs and whatnot. But we're going to see how the rest of this game goes. Guys, do feel free to hit a like on the stream. We're at 9 likes. Let's get into those double-digit likes. Woolen is going to be a great corner, but he didn't have his best game yesterday, says God Emperor. Yeah, you're totally right. I think Woolen's going to be fantastic. Really good pick by the Seahawks, and kind of surprised that he fell as far as he did. Got to call timeout. That's not a delay of game. It's... Oh. But I think the Seahawks had a really good draft. I think the Seahawks draft was really solid. What they're at least hoping for are basically bookend left tackle, right tackle for the next 10 plus years. You get Tariq Woolen, who I think can easily be a number 1 cornerback for their team. You get Kenneth Walker, who had had the most rushing yards for rookies this year, and I think is going to be a very good running back. Someone who's tough to bring down. I'm trying to think who else the Seahawks drafted this year, but that in itself, if you can get a left tackle, right tackle, if you can get your number 1 cornerback, and if you can get your starting running back moving forward, man, if you can get 4 good starters, on your team in a draft, you're doing well. Week 2 was a complete ass whooping, of course. Yeah, week 15 was not as close. Exactly, I agree. Wild card round was initially close, and then Seattle self-destructed. Yeah, really that great play by the great play by Charles Omenihu to force the fumble on Geno Smith was great. But here we have 3rd and 10 right now. Skylar Thompson looking, throws, caught, and he's going to Jalen Waddle with forward progress. Maybe gets about 6 yards, but he'll still be 4 yards short of the first down. 4th down and 4 coming up for Miami. 9 minutes left in the game, and they will have to punt the ball away. 3-point game here in Buffalo, 34-31. Skylar Thompson's been inconsistent. I've been watching this game, and his receivers have not been helping him out. Jalen Waddle's had a couple of big drops today. Tyreek Hill's had 1 or 2 drops. The Dolphins' offense is staying out there. I think maybe they're just going to try and draw him offside, but then you're going to potentially waste your final timeout. I don't like this call at all. What are you doing? They are going for it. 4th and 6. He's going for it all. Incomplete. And what in the world what were they thinking going for that? Oh, it's a delay of game. Or no, there was a timeout on Buffalo. Buffalo called a timeout, so it's actually going to be 4th and 6 again. Unbelievable. So it's going to be 4th and 6 again because Buffalo just called timeout before the play was snapped. This is actually the second time in the second half that Buffalo have called a timeout on defense before the snap, and both times it hasn't worked out well for them. But yeah, I think Seattle's going to be a team moving forward that's going to be definitely a threat. Looking at... let me pull up Tankathon. So Seattle has the number 5 pick, and as of now, at least, they have the number 20 pick as well. So, yikes. Yeah. So they have a lot of good draft capital, and they also have the 38 pick, and they have the 53. So have 4 picks in the top 53 is pretty insane. So Seattle, of course, they have a lot of draft capital moving forward, and they could potentially, if they want to, I mean, if I'm Seattle, potentially I go and use my number 20 pick, combine that with the 5 pick, move up to, I don't know, 2 or something like that, or try and move up in the draft. And if you like a quarterback, then you can just have him sit behind Geno Smith, and, you still have 2 second-round picks, and you kind of just do the rest of your draft. They're going to have money to spend in free agency, and I think Seattle could be good next year. Again, 1st and 10 Buffalo here, though. Josh Allen behind center, hands it off to James Cook. James Cook is going to maybe get about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Buffalo Bills. 8 minutes left in the game. So after Buffalo had called the timeout on 4th and 6, they actually Miami decided to punt it, which was definitely the right call. I don't see why they would go for it, considering where they were at in the field. It just doesn't make sense. Seattle, I guess, technically have 2 picks in the top 52 because the number 21 overall Miami actually forfeits their pick because of indiscretions. 2nd and 8. Allen dumps it off to Nyheim Hines. And Nyheim Hines is just, there's like 4 Dolphins and they can't get him down. Crazy. I had 3 better. Dude, are you okay today, man? Crazy guy, you're acting real funny. And let's flip over to, I'm just going to flip over to, I'll flip over to Fox real quick and see what the deal is when this game is kicking off. Because this is the game that I'm here to do. Game hasn't started just yet. We have 23 people in here, guys. Feel free to just hit the like. Well, duh, I'm hungover, but you're talking about seeing rats giving birth and 3 dead fish. I'm like, that's... Not like, are you okay? Hungover doesn't mean you act weird. It just means you kind of have a headache and you're dehydrated. Trust me, I've been there many times. All right. Oh, Buffalo are up to midfield. Holy moly. They are on the move, and there is just under 7 minutes left in that game. Josh Allen hands it off to James Cook, who's actually going to end up losing. Only loses 2. Could have lost 5. And yeah, still waiting on the Giants and the Vikings to kick off. Maybe they're kind of delaying it. I mean, it's on a different channel, so I mean, I guess that wouldn't really affect it at all. But maybe they're kind of waiting for the other game to to finish up. But there's still so much time left. I mean, there's going to be overlap. But we are at commercials on Fox, so we're going to head back and keep looking at this Buffalo-Miami game. 2nd and 12 coming up for Buffalo at their own 48. Yo, Christian, how we doing, bud? Good to see you, man. Josh Allen is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jalen Phillips is having a great game for Miami. Let me go get some water. Love it. This game is going on forever, Christian. Yeah, totally. Yo, Lazar Productions, how are we doing, buddy? Great to have you here. Yeah, this game has been on for like 3.5 hours, and there's still like a bunch of time left in the fourth quarter. Like, this is one of the longer games. And I think what's happened is that both teams are like really airing it out, and it's just like, and there are a lot of incompletions that's just completely stopping the clock. They did move the kickoff to allow the, oh, they did. Okay, cool. So, Allen in shotgun, 3rd and 11. He's going to get sacked. He fumbles, sack fumble. It's going to be picked up by the Buffalo offensive lineman. Is that Spencer Brown? It is the right tackle, but they lose a whole bunch of yards, and Buffalo's going to have to punt the ball away. Less than 5 minutes to go. 30 people in here, guys. We have 18 likes on the stream. Thank you so much. Let's get into the 20s. Let's get 23 likes. Left the Bills game, then turned it on the second quarter, and I was like, wow, this is a game. And that seems to be a theme. Just because we're going to be waiting a minute for this other game to, before the Giants-Vikings start. Let's get a, ooh, good punt. We'll get a little poll going. Ask the community. All right, let's see what we get there. Feel free to take a vote on who do you guys think wins, the Giants or the Vikings. The Giants and Vikings game does have a direct impact on the 49ers. If the Vikings win, the Vikings will travel to Levi's Stadium next weekend. If the Giants win, then the 49ers would take on the winner of Tampa Bay and Dallas, and they play tomorrow night. I don't really have a preference for which, I kind of get asked during the streams, like, hey, who would you rather face? And I don't really have a preference for that. For who, like, I don't really, I'm like, I'll play, of course, it's like you have to play whoever you have to play, but I don't really have a preference. I guess it might be a bit of an advantage if you're playing, like, there's a lot of different things. Of course, if you're playing Tampa Bay, you feel like, hey, we just absolutely destroyed them earlier this season. So maybe you're thinking, well, man, if we can just kind of just do that again, then hey, great. The Vikings, incredibly inconsistent, especially on the road. So that might not be a bad matchup. And then if you're facing Dallas, I think Dallas could potentially be the toughest matchup of the three. But with Dallas, they would be traveling to Tampa Bay to play on the road. Then it would be a shorter week for them to travel all the way back over to California and play. So that's something too. Lazard Productions thinks the Giants are getting the W, and that's going to be almost intercepted by Kaiir Elam. Skylar Thompson looking for... Yeah. And Skylar Thompson looking for Tyreek Hill. Hill tries to corral the ball and reel it in. Almost gets intercepted by Kaiir Elam, but it's incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up for Miami. I just realized I'd been with my parents less than half a decade ago. Hold on, okay, Diana, yeah, wasn't that a great game yesterday? Enjoyed the game, says Brandon. He thinks, Lazard thinks the Giants are getting the win. I think it could be the Giants. Maybe there's an upset, and you never know. G-Not says we outscored the Hawks 89-43 in the last 3 games. Could have been 95. Of course, we'd punched in the 2-yard line game 2 instead of taking the knee. Also, exactly as Lazard said, if IU caught that great throw by Brock Purdy to the back of the end zone. We have 43 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. That would have also done it. But yeah, Diana, great game yesterday for the 49ers. Of course, the first half was definitely touch and go for a little bit, but eventually the Niners kind of got in gear and the defense kind of stood up and were doing their thing. So I guess they're going to just keep holding off this the kickoff in the are they just going to keep holding off the kickoff for the Giants and Vikings until the other game is like completely done? Or, I mean, if there's overtime, they would have to kind of get the game started, right? Also, block punt was a 10-point swing. Yeah. 49ers fan hopes that the Giants win. Skylar Thompson airing it out. Caught by Jalen Waddle. Out of bounds, though, drops it, but I don't know. They're going to say maybe catch, went to the ground. I don't know what they're going to call this. G-Not's got the G-Men. Barkley's been solid this season. So the big thing here is going to be, the big thing here is, in terms of the Giants-Vikings, is the fact that it's like, who is going to be, like, what Vikings team is going to show up? We've seen the Vikings look incredible. We've seen the Vikings look awful. We've seen them look like that in one game. Against the Colts, they were awful in the first half. In the second half, they were great. So it's just hard to know what you're going to get from this Minnesota Vikings team. It's just really tough. I mean, they're so up and down. It's hard to tell. And then the Giants, I think the Giants just really can't beat themselves. One of the things it's like, I think objectively speaking that the Vikings are a more talented team. I think there's more talent on the Minnesota Vikings team. The question is, so if you're the Giants and you kind of have to play a better game, you can't have like needless turnovers, no silly plays on special teams. Yeah, but there we go. Robert, fat finger my vote. Soon Giants. Vikings need to prove me wrong that they are not frauds. I mean, blocked field goal. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the Seahawks also had that. So like the Niners basically dominated, especially like the NFC West. The Niners just absolutely dominated. The Cardinals, they just had a really crazy year, and of course now they're looking for a new coaching staff. The Rams were a complete mess this whole season with injuries and whatnot. But we actually played the Rams when they were like healthy for both games. In terms of like their top players were all out there, like Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Aaron Donald. I'm pretty sure they were there for like both matchups. So the Rams don't really have any excuse against like the 49ers, that is. 1st and 15 now for the Dolphins. So they did actually give that catch to Jalen Waddle. But then on the ensuing first down, it was actually a false start against the Miami Dolphins. And I guess because that play hasn't counted yet, no, is it possible that they can't still review it, can they? What are we doing here? 4:04 left in the game. Okay, I guess okay, here we go. Game on, I guess. Game on! What? So it's actually supposed to be 4:07, but they can't change the game clock for some reason? Jesus. Lazard asks, do I think Trey Lance is the guy going forward after what we saw yesterday? I do. I think that it's still Trey Lance's team. Geez, Skylar just got to get rid of it, dude. I still think that it's Trey Lance's team. Now, look, it would be. I think it would be different if, like, if we go and win the Super Bowl, then I'm like, then you got to think about that, like, really tough. But I still think that Trey Lance's trade value is really not there at all. So I don't, like, what would you realistically get in a trade for, like, if another team that might want to acquire Trey Lance, like, what would they realistically offer? And would it even be worth the trade at that point? Like, maybe a 3rd round pick for Trey Lance? So, under pressure straight away, Jalen Waddle with a nice catch, pickup of 14 on 2nd down. I'm a little bit surprised that they are holding off the Giants game. I get that they want to maximize viewers and stuff, but then this is just going to lead into, like, the next game and the next game. Like, that game hasn't started yet. It still hasn't started. Okay. I guess they actually are. What if this game goes to, like, overtime? Unbelievable. Come on, NFL, get your stuff together. Oh, Jeff Wilson, I think, or that's Salvan Ahmed. I think he's going to be short of the 1st down. Yeah, I just don't. I think that it's still Trey Lance's team. I mean, look, yeah, if Brock Purdy goes and wins the Super Bowl, that's one thing. But otherwise, I think you kind of have to give it Trey Lance. You still have to give him a chance because what we're seeing from Brock Purdy, and, like, I think all things considered, he's played really, really well. Like, Trey Lance, could be this same guy, if not even better. So there you go. Yeah, we're not really paying him starter money. Christian says, honestly, not scared of any of the 3 teams we can possibly play. I feel like Niners should easily beat any of them as long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot, a la Bears game. Yeah. The Dolphins. Play clock super winding down. They got to get it off. That's a delay of game. Oh, that actually would have been better if it wasn't a delay of game. So it's actually a delay of game. So instead of not getting the 1st down on 4th and 1, it's a delay of game instead. Holy moly. Yo, Smoke82, how we doing, buddy? Yeah, I guess, I mean, with any of the teams, whichever one, whichever of the 3 teams we get, I'm like, okay, bring it on, I heard rumor things, Trey Lance might get traded to the Texans. I don't know I don't think that, like, if you were, if you were the Texans, or what would, like, a team realistically give up for Trey Lance at this point? It's 4th and 6 right now for the Miami Dolphins. They're going to go for it. They don't have any timeouts, so they have to. They're at their own 44. This is their season on the line. Skylar Thompson rolling out to his right, throws it. Incomplete. No flags on the play. Incomplete, and it's going to be Buffalo ball, and that's essentially going to seal the game. Buffalo should take it. There we go. Nobody is changing plans in front of the TV if the games go later. NFL needs to pay its bills. Yeah, it's not like they make, like, billions of dollars. Would you trade Purdy then? I would keep both. I would keep both, unless for one of the guys, if you got, like, a crazy offer. But otherwise, Lazard, I would just keep both, because when you think about how much money in terms of, like, cap space that you're spending on I think maybe this Kyrie maybe, like, dislocated something. Or I don't know what happened, but it looks pretty gnarly. But I think considering how much cap space, you have 2 young, really promising quarterbacks, and you're not really investing much cap space. It's like, well, shit. Like, why would you just keep them both and let them fight it out in training camp? Yeah, exactly. I love it. Love the Brita filter. Love the Brita filter. Let's go. It's not like you're paying them starter money. If nobody is changing plans. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Smoke. 1AA in college is not D1, says Brandon. We watched Trey play and looked, I wouldn't say he looked terrible. I mean, but I think Trey definitely needs some seasoning, but I just think he needs game time. He just needs to play. Brock looks pretty good. I think Lance is a backup or trade. Yeah, I just don't think that you're going to get much for Trey Lance. I think considering the potential upside, I think you keep Trey Lance and maybe he can be a great player for you. Plus, he's not making that much money. Hate to say it, but after watching Brock in college, he's way overdue to do something dumb in a big moment. Well, he has had some like iffy plays, let's be real, so far. It's just, I guess, kind of has gotten away with it. But honestly, like Josh Allen, 2 interceptions, Trevor Lawrence, 4 interceptions. Like quarterbacks are throwing a lot of interceptions and a lot of mistakes. So as long as they're mistakes that don't completely screw your chances, then I think it's fine. Lion 297, hey, what's up, buddy? How we doing? He had a bad habit of that. Yep. 49 Ultimate Report, A-Shift, you want to stop by, say hello, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Christian, I don't get why Lance couldn't be our backup. I mean, I don't think that Lance would, of course, want to be the backup just because he's like, I was the number 3 overall pick. And, just like how many months ago, basically I was told that the franchise is kind of given to me. That would be the one tricky thing where Trey Lance seems like the great, best teammate that you could ask for. Doesn't seem like someone who would cause any issues. I'm not saying that he necessarily would, but from his perspective, imagine you're the number 3 overall pick. You play 2 games your rookie year, 1 not so good game, another game that you look good. You've basically started like 3 games in your career, and all of a sudden, like Mr. Irrelevant, takes over. It's like, that would be a tough pill to swallow, and I don't think he would. I wouldn't necessarily blame him either. G-Not, Finns are cooked. At least they made it to the playoffs. Good to see the Niners. Yes. I think that the Dolphins played a great game here. They lost, but the 49ers are down to their number 3 quarterback, and they're both rookies, and they're both 7th-round picks. And, I think the Dolphins, of course, gave it a great effort. So, Jacqueline says, Purdy has done very well, and Lance got injured and is unknown what he will do. And Garoppolo's for sure not coming back. There's no way. Oh, damn, John Jay. Hopefully you are okay, man. I'm glad that you are fine. Definitely rest up, dude. And just, positive thinking, and hopefully everything's okay, and just take rest and take as much time as you need, and hopefully you'll feel better, man. So prayers out to you, buddy. Let's see, Lazard Productions. Garoppolo ain't coming back. He'll sign with. He does. I mean, he's a free agent. We have, he's not under contract with the 49ers for next year. He can go wherever he wants. And realistically, if he were to come back here, he'd be the number 3 quarterback. And I think he could go to other places where he could be a starter. Lazard Productions, like when he tried to play volleyball with the D-back in our bowl game last year. Yeah. Look, maybe he's learned, And players learn, they get better as they play more, and it's different systems. And but yeah, look, every quarterback has some bad plays here and there, like no question about it. Like there's no quarterback who's never thrown interceptions. Like Montana has had some awful games. Brady's had some. Look at what Brady against the 49ers. Brady's had awful games. So, Finns also put up a good fight. I don't think many people gave him a chance. I did not give the Dolphins much of a chance, especially when I heard the Tua was out. But good job by the Dolphins. They really put up a good fight. And, I think that Buffalo are the better team, and they're the team that would be more inclined to kind of go farther. But credit to Miami. And that's the thing when it comes to the NFL playoffs. It's not like baseball, except the baseball wild card round. But it's not like typically like the baseball. It's not like basketball or hockey where you have like a best of 7 series. It's like one game, make it happen. If you screw up, you're done. And that's what's kind of great about football. This is the worst possible scenario from Trey Lance's perspective, maybe. It depends on how you look at it. So when Shock 30 wins the Super Bowl, if we thought last offseason, that's crazy, yeah. Who would have thought? If we're winning the Super Bowl, if people want to argue on Twitter or whatever about quarterbacks, I don't give a crap, because it's like, hey, we just won the freaking Super Bowl. Go Niners all the way. Niners, yeah, there we go, Mario. Completely agree with you. Who do I want to win? Asked Tommy. I don't really have a preference. I am going to end the poll, and we'll see. Looks like people, it's a close one, but I think people think that the Vikings are maybe just a little bit more likely. The Giants do kick it off to Minnesota. It's going to be a touchback, so Minnesota are going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Minnesota wearing the all-purple uniforms, and the Giants in their white jerseys and kind of grayish pants and Red Sox. Who would you like the 49ers to play next? Yeah, and I feel like I'm probably going to get asked this, and I love the questions. I really don't have a preference. I think there's pros and cons to playing any of these teams. So let me answer that at the next stoppage in a little bit more detail. 1st and 10, Kirk Cousins going to throw it. Going to be caught by Justin Jefferson. Gets 9 yards on the play. A whole bunch of Giants really taking him down, trying to lay a little bit of an extra hit on him perhaps, but a pickup of 9 on 1st down. Kirk Cousins to Justin Jefferson. Good protection on the play right there. Jefferson had to kind of like snare it, and then a bunch of Giants there to make the tackle, but they actually give him the 1st down. Okay. I mean, Lance is still going to get a ring technically, of course, yeah. That's if we win, and I just obviously hope that we do. 1st and 10 for Minnesota at their own 35. Cousins behind center. Cook in the backfield. Thielen, Jefferson down low. 2 tight ends up top. Snap is away. Hands it off to Cook. Cook bouncing around. Getting about 8 yards, maybe 9 on 1st down. Making a couple of guys miss around the line of scrimmage. And man, Dalvin Cook, what a great player. What a freaking great player. If it happens, I mean, of course, yeah, Lazard. Well, I think that just leaves us with a really good problem to have. And I think that the Niners have experience now kind of dealing with something like that. But I think that it would just be I think they're just more like focusing on the now. 2nd and 1. Cousins hands off to Dalvin Cook, and Cook is going to just get enough for the 1st down. Dexter Lawrence there, Leonard Williams, and Ward on the tackle, but it's not. They don't tackle him before he gets the 1st down. Robert says, do you think the Dolphins should pursue Lamar Jackson? Crazy to have 2 QBs like that. Would be an awesome move. Imagine both of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the Dolphins situation with regards to like cap and whatnot. But that offense would be something else with the speed on. 1st and 10 for Minnesota at their own 45. Cousins fakes the handoff, throwing it over the middle. Going to be caught by Jefferson into New York Giant territory. Picks up about 12 yards on the play. And the Vikings are on the move. Y'all think is over, under, or properly personally, I think overrated. I think Justin Jefferson is ridiculous. I think he's for sure top 3 wide receiver in the league right now. I think you'd be hard-pressed to convince me that there's 3 receivers who are definitely better than him. So I think that probably puts him around correctly rated. I think most people probably agree with that. 1st and 10 for Minnesota at the Giants 44. Gets about maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play. This guy Ward for the Giants, he is pumped up. You love to see it on the defensive side of the ball. Pro Bowler Dexter Lawrence for the Giants this year. And they kind of run more of a 3-4. Wink Martindale is their defensive coordinator. They run like the 3-3-5. Is that the defense they do? Cousins snap is away, looking to throw. Gets hit as he throws it, but I think Thielen comes up with the catch. And I think that's a nice, good catch from Thielen up to the Giants' 23-yard line. Cousins hit as he threw it. And Thielen, that's a catch in my eyes. That's for sure a catch. I'll not say he's the best. I mean, I think people have personal preferences too in terms of their wide receivers that they like. 1st and 10, they're kind of going hurry up. Quick pass to Justin Jefferson. Gets about 5 yards on 1st down. Minnesota moving the ball effectively here on this drive. But kind of going back to Pitty's question, I mean, there's I do have a longer answer. So Pitty's, I will get to answer your question, but it's going to be once there's like a stoppage in terms we go to commercials, because I've been thinking about this for a while. So 2nd and 5. Actually, Minnesota are now at the Giants 23. Cousins and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers up top. That might be a false start, or is it going to be a encroachment? We'll see what the call is. Go Vikings, says James Ruffert. Yep, it's going to be encroachment against the defense, so that should be 5 yards, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Brian Daboll is not happy on the sideline. I mean, that's clearly against Dexter Lawrence. I mean, what is Daboll even arguing about? It was clearly encroachment. I mean, I understand that Daboll wants the call to go his way, but it wasn't. It was a good call that it was against the Giants. 1st and 10 Minnesota, now at the 18. They dump it off to Dalvin Cook. They got to make a tackle right here. Cook gets about 6 yards on the play. Nice little run right there from Dalvin Cook. And he just has that, man, freaking like kind of deceptive speed and ability just to make guys miss. A lot say he's the best about Justin Jefferson. And yeah, I think it comes down to what you're looking for in a receiver and what type of offense you run. And even though I think the best receivers could operate in like any offense, essentially. I don't care who wins this, but maybe the Giants just for chaos sake. Hey, I won't argue with that, Christian. 2nd and 4 coming up at the New York Giants 12-yard line. Cousins behind center, I formation. Single receiver up top. Snap is away. They hand up to Cook up the middle. He's going to actually break a tackle. Only gets a yard on the play, but actually broke the tackle. Leonard Williams had him in the backfield, possibly for about a 2-yard loss. But Dalvin Cook making guys miss. That Bills game was too damn close, says the guy. Man, if I knew the game was going to be that good, I definitely would have done that earlier. But Tommy doesn't want to play Tom Brady again. Never give him 2 chances. Yeah, I mean, Brady's the one. He's just scary, dude. He's scary. 3rd and 3 now for the Vikings at the Giants 11. Cousins and shotgun. Madison to his right. Cousins going to roll out to his left. Throws it. It's going to be caught by Hawkinson for the first down. Darnay Holmes for the Giants in coverage, but just a little bit too much room given to TJ Hawkinson. We have 1st and goal coming up for the Vikings. This would have been exactly how they would have liked to have started this game. 6 minutes gone in the game, 9 minutes left in the first quarter, and they're just moving the ball. Pete Carroll was doing the same thing yesterday. His offensive lineman kept running down the field, and he was yelling at the refs like they weren't supposed to call it, Eric. Yeah, you're right, man. You are right. It's funny when the call's really obvious, yet the coaches are still like, how did you call that? 1st and goal at the Giants 6. Cousins behind center. Single back is Madison. Fakes the handoff. And Jefferson. How does Jefferson get that wide open? That's a touchdown. Minnesota Vikings. Wow. Touchdown Vikings. Justin Jefferson. Like, down in the red zone, how is there not someone like basically joined to the hip of Justin Jefferson? That I don't get. What are they doing? 82 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do feel free to like and subscribe. D-Gap Power 3 bet. Yep. I mean, actually, he's going to be short, so they're actually going to bring this back. They're actually going to take a look at this because his knee was actually down short of the goal line. So great effort there from Justin Jefferson to reach for it, but he will actually be a little bit shy of the goal line. So it's actually going to be a booth review. Of course, all scoring plays are reviewed automatically. I really hate Justin Jefferson when he does that stupid gritty. Remember when Debo... Yeah, I do remember that when the Niners at home against the Vikings, and the Niners won that game. When Debo had basically... It was the running touchdown where they hand off to Debo, and he kind of went, touchdown. And Debo did that. Let's see. So we're at a commercial break. So, Pitties, you're asking what team? Tampa Bay, Minnesota, or Dallas? So, on it, I guess short answer is, of course, we'll have to be happy to face whoever we get. But I think there's pros and cons to each team. You look at Minnesota, I think they're very boom or bust, very up and down, Minnesota. So the benefit is I think on the road, they're much more likely to bust as opposed to boom. Kirk Cousins, we know in like the bigger games can definitely shrink a little bit. So I think that the Niners, if the Niners were able to get the lead pretty early, I think that they could pretty much like impose their will and then just kind of like beat down on Minnesota. But Minnesota also had the ability, the con with playing them, they had the ability just to go off offensively. Tampa Bay, it's really just the Tom Brady factor. We destroyed them earlier in the year with Brock Purdy. But it is that Tom Brady factor that would be a little bit scary. But, of course, the pro is that we beat them down badly earlier this year. Looking at the Dallas Cowboys, is the Dallas Cowboys a little bit like the Vikings where they can be very boom or bust? Of course, their week 18 game against the Commanders was not good, not pretty at all. So they're coming into the playoffs with not a ton of momentum. But the Cowboys, I think in terms of like talent, are pretty darn good. Their defense, a lot of good players. Offense, CeeDee Lamb, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, Michael Gallup. Prescott has the ability to put up big numbers. And but also another pro for playing the Dallas Cowboys or even the Buccaneers is that it's going to be on a shorter week. They have to travel across the country too. So that could be something. Let's see. Debo actually looks cooler when he does it. Yeah, Debo's cool looking dude. Honestly, not scared of any of them. So it's not a touchdown. This is going to be coming back. But Adoree Jackson was on the covers. And Adoree Jackson is a fast dude. He's one of the fastest guys in the field at any point. But the touchdown is taken away. So it's still 0-0. Second and goal from like the half-yard line. Tommy thinks that the Ravens are going to get smoked today. That could very well happen, but the Ravens do have a good defense. And they just played each other a little while, like last week, so that's going to be tough, again, just to make that happen. But here we go, second and goal, Cousins behind center. I formation. Looks like Cousins is just going to quarterback sneak it, and it's going to be a touchdown, Vikings. There's no way. Yep, it's a touchdown, Vikings. Quarterback sneak, Kirk Cousins gets in. Huntley ate it. Yeah, I mean, he's not it, of course, long-term or anything like that, but maybe he can have one game where he just plays out of his mind. You never know. We've seen it happen before. The guy says, I said I hope. What was the Bills game was it was very close. Go Bengals, says James Rufford. So that would be an interesting one. If the Bengals and Ravens game, I think that's going to be an interesting matchup just because the Ravens really good defense, the Bengals great offense. Then you look at the other side of the ball, like the Bengals defense has been playing pretty good. Ravens offense is a major question mark though, that's for sure. Brandon R., I want the best matchup against Philly. The G-men aren't it. We want Philly to lose and get home field if we get to the championship game, if it does go to Philly. It's only a 2-hour drive, but Philly isn't fun. Isn't a fun stadium? Yeah, that's for damn sure. Philly Stadium. Those Philly fans are pretty gnarly. Those Philly fans are gnarly. They don't mess around. For sure. We have 100 people in here, by the way. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's greatly appreciated. It really helps out for growth purposes. We are at 38 likes. Thank you so much. We're at Diamador Lenore likes, who had a big interception yesterday. If we can get to Ronnie Lott, 42 likes. That's the next target. Score predictions for this game. I am going to say... I mean, it's a little bit skewed because I've just seen the Vikings score a touchdown, but I'll say Vikings 27, Giants 17. You remind me of Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. I guess it's the glasses, right? Didi, you idiot. Oh, is that more like Ren and Stimpy? But I guess Dexter kind of sounds a bit like that too. Let's get up to Javon Kinlaw likes. Hell yeah, let's freaking do it. Frankie, I hate the Vikings too. That's why I wanted to beat them down again. James thinks it's going to be a very close game, 31-27. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, we'll have to see what the Giants' offense looks like. We know the Vikings' offense; they can put up points for sure. What kind of version of the Giants' offense are we going to get? Of course, remember the Giants rested pretty much all their starters last week, so these guys should be real fresh coming out, having that extra week off. It's essentially a bye week for guys like Barkley and Daniel Jones, so we'll have to see. 1st and 10 for the Giants at their own 25. Jones in the pistol. Barkley behind him. Snap is away. They do hand it to Barkley off left guard. Barkley's got running room. Barkley picks up 13 yards, but there's a flag on the play, and you have to think that this is probably coming back. Go 49ers. Yeah, there we go, Eula Edwards. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do appreciate that. And that's going to be holding on the Giants, number 65. So that is coming back. That's going to be on Gates. And I think that is kind of a hold right there. And he really didn't have to do that. Nick Gates with the hold. Hey, Ashton, how you doing? 38-30 man G-Man with the field goal. Let's freaking go. Oh, Frankie, are you a Giants fan? I can't really see your picture, and I can see you're wearing some gear, but I can't really see what it is. So it's 1st and 20, and over the middle, Richie James Jr., 1st and 20, picks up about 13 of those yards back. Of course, the former 49er, Richie James Jr., picks up 13, so we're going to have 2nd and 7 coming back. On a 1st and 20, you'll take 13 yards every time. Kevin Egger says, Birdie reminds him of Fran Tarkenton. Wow. I mean, Kevin, I feel like I've seen you in here before. Are you a Vikings? If you are, geez, that's a... Oh, he's a Titans fan. Frankie's a Titans fan. But Kevin, if you're a Vikings fan, that's a huge amount of praise, just to say, because Tarkenton was amazing. Daniel Jones going to run it, and Daniel Jones, I think he's going to pick up the first down. That should just be enough for first down yardage. Yep, it's going to be 1st down and 10. Daniel Jones saw nothing down the field, quickly took off, and Daniel Jones is able to run. He's actually kind of sneaky fast, but sometimes he does trip over his own feet, which I think we all remember that. We're at 2120 subscribers, by the way. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. Appreciate all that. No, I'm a Titan fan. I don't like the Vikings. Wearing my... Oh, the Tiki Barber. Actually, well, whenever I think of Tiki Barber, I think of the 2002 playoffs where the Niners beat the Giants. Daniel Jones down the field. That's going to be to Darius Slayton. 1st down for your Giants. Blocking right there. Left guard Evan Neal has a tough matchup today on Danielle Hunter. Is able to do just enough to push Hunter way out. Caught by Darius Slayton all the way down to the Vikings, maybe 42, 43 yard line. So they're in Viking territory. And I really hope this is another... I mean, the playoff games have been really good, especially if you're a Niner fan. I mean, the crazy game last night, the Niners win big, the Dolphins-Bills game today. So we've had some good games so far. Jones in the pocket. Jones is just going to run for it, and he's going to actually stiff arm Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson, sorry for all the... picks up 15 yards, and I think probably that Jones was just down, and Jones is like, nope. Shifty, that name fits you big time. Okay, I appreciate that. That 2002 game against the Giants was fun. Not the first half, but the second half was a lot better. You're Kevin, you're 49er fan. Little Fran Tarkenton, yeah. Number 19, I think Tarkenton was back in the day, wasn't he? 1st down and 10 Giants. They flip the ball to the left to Barkley. Barkley's getting around, guys. Barkley running. Touchdown, New York Giants. Let's go. Wow, what a run. Saquon Barkley. Holy moly. Saquon Barkley just making it happen. What a run. That was awesome. Great blocking there. Great, man. Andrew Thomas, Feliciano, number 18. I'm not sure who that is. Great blocking. Is cutting in and out. Let me know for anyone else if that is happening to you, if the audio is cutting in and out. Extra point is up, and extra point is good. Oh, I never even moved the ball down to the Giants. Well, the Giants had it, and now it's going back to the Vikings. Let me know if the audio is cutting out in and out for everyone else. But yeah, the guy, Shifty Powers. Shifty Powers from... Oh, my mic is cutting out. That's a Blue Yeti. Yes, it is a Blue Yeti. It is a Blue Yeti. I look like a barber? Thank you. Let me. Yellow. Yellow. Let me know if is this better? Let me know if you can hear me now. Testing the audio. Test. Better now? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, this is a Blue Yeti. If it is cutting out again, just let me know and I will do what I can to fix it. But thank you for letting me know. The guy, Street Fighter, yes. I was actually much more of a Mortal Kombat guy growing up, but Street Fighter, I also played quite a bit of that too. Excellent. Cool. Good. That's a lot better. You look like the white tiki barber. Oh, thanks. Seems like a reconnection is helping. Cool. Excellent. Perfect. That's what we want to hear. Speaking of water, let me go ahead and get some Brita filtered water. Chu is asking me, who do I have to win this one? Well, I did a prediction video just before the playoffs started, and I'm going to stick with that. So I'm going to stick with, I actually think I have the Giants upsetting the Vikings. I think the Giants are going to stay close to the Vikings for most of the game. The Vikings are going to start to feel the pressure a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, bam, Kirk Cousins will do Kirk Cousins things, or else there'll be like a crazy special teams play. But I'm going to go with the Giants with the upset. Is Tiki Barber a Hall of Famer? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't consider Tiki Barber a Hall of Famer. Considering some of the players who are not in the Hall of Fame, like if someone like Roger Craig's not going to get in, then I just don't think that Tiki Barber will get in. I'd have to look back at his numbers, but in terms of just from like is Tiki Barber, like, is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think so. Frankie also agrees that the Giants win. He had a good career, but I don't think should have been Hall of Fame worthy. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer either. So either you have to have like a bunch, like maybe an extended period of time where you're just pure dominance, or it could be like just the longevity. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They throw it to Justin Jefferson, who's going to get 6 yards. The kickoff was a touchback, by the way. Eddie George, he was a beast. One of those like really tough runners. So pickup of 6 yards on 1st down for the Vikings, and they're definitely a fan. Whatever they saw in terms of preparation for this game, all underneath stuff, and it's wide open, easy yards. The Vikings won some close games. Their record is better than they are, I think. Yeah, it could be. And I know the Vikings got beat badly in some games too. 2nd and 4. Cousins going to dump it off here to Madison, and Madison's going to get taken down, ends up actually scampering forward and gets the 1st down. I'm telling you, defensive players, you got to just make sure he gets the knee down or the elbow down before you just let him go. Like number 54 here, Smith, and then Darnay Holmes. Like he just scampered forward for another like 3 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Minnesota at their own 36, I'm going to call it. Oh, actually at their own 34. Did they not give him the 1st down? Did they say he was short? Oh, they're saying 3rd and 1 now, so he was short. Yeah, he had a good career, I think, Tiki Barber, but I don't know if Tiki Barber was ever considered one of like the best running backs in the league. I think he was always maybe top 10, but I don't know if he was ever like top 5. 3rd and 1. They do an end around here to Jefferson, but Jefferson's going to throw it back to Cousins, and then Cousins going to get stopped about 3 or 4 yards short, and not so sure about that play right there. I mean, you're going to try and give the ball to Cousins to run for it for I don't like that play call at all. I would have liked the play call better if it was Jefferson comes back to Cousins and then Cousins throws it. But the whole plan from the get-go was for Cousins just to try and run for the first down, and that's just silly talk. 4th and 3 coming up, and the Vikings are going to have to punt it back to the Giants. If anything, the Vikings it's very early in the game, but they maybe could have challenged if Madison had gotten the first down instead of doing that weird play on 3rd down. That's just Kevin O'Connell getting a bit too. But the punt is away. Richie James takes it at the 10, gets up to the 15, up to about the 19-yard line. So decent return there from Richie James. Didn't have much room to work with. Let's see. Let's go through the comments again. He played in New York and won Super Bowl. I know voters consider those things highly, says Christian. Well, the fact that he played in New York, I know it does get considered, but it shouldn't. I just don't think that Tiki Barber is a Hall of Famer. I think he's a very good player, and he was a good player in his career, but I just don't think he's a Hall of Famer. It's an interesting question. I think maybe there's some statistics that could back it up to say that he is, but I don't know. I just don't think of him as a Hall of Famer. Very nice. That spot by the refs was very short. I thought he would have got there. Dallas cooked him. Yeah, J.R. Meadows, you're right. I mean, the Vikings really boom or bust, but so are the Cowboys too. I mean, they looked awful against the Commanders last Sunday. Cato says, I don't know if you answered this already, but do you want to face... I have... when it comes to that, Cato, basically, yes, whichever team, it doesn't really matter to me. I think there's pros and cons for facing each team in the next round, but... so it's whether it's Minnesota, Tampa Bay, or Dallas, there's pros and cons, and whoever we get, that's who we get, and there you go. I have confidence in the Niners, and I think that we should be able to get some good results, whoever we play. But of course, look, it's the playoffs, and crazy things happen. We just saw the Jaguars come back down 27-0. The Dolphins, with their third-string quarterback, down 17-0 to Buffalo, and they made a comeback. They were leading in that game for a while. So you just never know. That's one way to get your QB destroyed. You're right, Robert. Frankie says, just sub, bro. You seem like a cool cat. Well, thank you very much, bro. Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate the subscription to the channel. We're at 21 subscribers. Frank Gore. Now, that's a question. And I think all us Niner fans are going to say that, yeah, Frank Gore is a Hall of Famer. And Frank Gore absolutely has, like, the longevity, and you look at the career numbers, so I think he gets in. But I think you could make some arguments that, like, was Frank Gore ever considered, like, the best 2 or 3 running backs? I mean, throughout that time, you had, like, LaDainian Tomlinson and Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson. And so it's like, I think that Frank Gore just... from a longevity and like a career numbers aspect, he gets in, but it's still a little bit tricky. I could see some people being like, I always thought Frank Gore was pretty good, but he just played for a long time. If people don't really know Frank Gore and his career. 1st and 10 for the Giants at their own 19. Daniel Jones fakes the handoff, throwing it down the field, wide open. Number 86, Darius Slayton, into Minnesota territory, down to the Minnesota 35-yard line. Huge pickup of about 45 yards on 1st down. Wow, that's crazy. Nathan says, hey, Shifty, who are we looking at for NFL Combine? Honestly, there's a couple of players that I'll be looking at, a couple of like cornerbacks, offensive linemen, but in particular, it's still early days, and I'm still very much focused on the postseason, but there's definitely some players to look at for sure. There's definitely some mid-round picks that could be there. 1st and 10, Giants, Jones in shotgun, fakes the handoff. right over the middle there to number 83, and that's going to be Cager, the tight end. Pickup of about 3 yards on first down, so 2nd and 7 coming up for the New York Giants. There's 2 minutes left in the first quarter. I agree. I feel like we can beat anyone in the NFC, especially at home. Shifty, what's going on, Brian? Hey, CG, how you doing, bud? Great to have you here, man. There we go. Frank Gore has all-pro selection. So, yes, he was considered one of the... Yeah, I think he had... What year did Frank Gore have the all-pro? 2nd and 6. I mean, I love Frank Gore. 2nd and 6. They handed to Barkley. Barkley first down, spinning around a couple of tackles up to the Minnesota 14. And maybe that extra week off has been incredibly beneficial because Saquon Barkley just looks like he's getting shot out of a cannon with how fast he's running with the explosiveness. Holy moly. Barkley is just going for it. Who did he do that to? Just that spin around. Was that Harrison Smith? Oh, he made Harrison Smith look bad there. Check out, Rajon Wright from Oregon State. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 14. Snap is away. Jones looking for the end zone. Touchdown! New York Giants. And that is Isaiah Hodgins. And Hodgins has had an interesting NFL career, but comes over to the Giants, making the most of his opportunity. And touchdown. New York Giants. See, Christian, I would have thought it would be Frank Gore's maybe 2006 year. Because his 2006 year, Frank Gore had just under 1,700 yards. And it was like a 5 yards per carry or something. And he missed some time that season. I remember there was a game, that year was amazing with Norv Turner. Here comes the extra point now for the Giants. And it's up and it's good. Touchdown Giants. And this Giants offense is explosive. And I think that was one of the big question marks that I kind of had for the Giants coming into this game is that, look, a lot of times coaches can get questioned when they do the whole, you rest your players, the week before the playoffs. And sometimes there can be rust or things like that. But the Giants offense is just firing on all cylinders. Yeah, Vikings are losing. Yeah, did I say the wrong one? Yeah, Giants are beating the Vikings. Yeah, 14-7. And we have 61 likes on the stream. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. Do you want to update your final score? Because I said, wait. Okay, I've screwed myself here. Because I think I actually had said 27-17 Vikings. But I also had actually said that I in my predictions video, I had predicted the Giants to win. So I guess I'm all confused and mixed up with myself. So I'm not going to maybe I'll just bow out of the predictions for this game because I guess either way I can be seen as right or wrong. So, but Vikings are losing, 14-7. And the Giants offense looks really good. Brian Daboll just really doing a great job with and that's the thing when couple of great left tackles. Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas, they've invested 2 top 10 picks in their offensive tackles. Barkley looks great, and guys are just getting open down the field, but Daniel Jones getting good protection. They're opening up lanes, and Giants offense looking pretty scary. I'm happy if keep winning. Vikings zone D is just getting shredded right now. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to run the zone defense, you really have to get pressure on the quarterback with either you have to blitz or else you with your 4 down guys, you got to get there. CBA out of LSU, Mekhi Garner. That seemed like a quick drive. It was a very quick drive. It was 1st and 10 at their own 19. First play of the drive, Daniel Jones throws it down Slayton up to the Vikings 35. So pick up a 45 yards in the first play of the drive, and every play, they're just picking up chunk yards, it seems like, and Vikings defense doesn't really have an answer right now. And I know some people are thinking when it comes to, the game next week, it's Philadelphia. I mean, I think maybe the Giants would be the tougher matchup for Philadelphia. Week 18, just last Sunday, looking at it, the Giants, they didn't have any of their starters out there, and so Philadelphia is not going to have, recent tape on them and things. I don't know. It'd be pretty interesting. I think the Giants would give them a good game. We see division games all the time. They're tough. So Giants going to kick it off to the Vikings right now. Graham Gano with the kickoff, and that's going to be a touchback into the end zone. So the Vikings, with 1 minute left in the first quarter, are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They're showing this touchdown play again. And just a great play call. Really nice. Maybe potentially a false start. Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith has got to play to the whistle, dude. Eagles are beatable. Eagles are overrated. Bengals fan here says, Kate Carter, I'm worried about the Ravens and your Niners if we get that far. I think the Ravens, it depends. You never know. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They hand it off to Dalvin Cook, who's going to get 4.5, maybe 5 yards running outside of the left tackle, Christian Darrisaw. I think if you're the Bengals, they have to put faith, of course, into Joe Burrow. They have to put faith in their offense, and then their defense. The Bengals have a lot of great defenders. Zach F with the 20 bomb super chat. There we go. Down with the Vikings. Send them to the XFL. For those of you who don't know, Zach here is a Green Bay Packers fan. 2nd and 6. Dalvin Cook gets up, first down yardage up to their own 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards right there. Thank you so much, Zach, for the huge contribution, man. Really appreciate you. In the chat, guys, let's get a whole bunch of shout-outs there for Zach F. Thank you so much. There we go. Appreciate that, man. Super kind of you. Huge supporter of the channel. We are at the end of the first quarter. The Vikings, when we come back, will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Coming up. Get the Brita filters out. Let's go. We have 63 likes. So that's, we're at Derek Deese likes right now. Can we get to Trent Williams likes? Let's shoot for Trent Williams likes. 71 likes. We're only 8 away. But huge shout out to Zach F in the chat with the huge dono, $20 donation. Thank you so much, bud. Appreciate you, man. You are awesome. And I want to thank everyone also for being here on this Sunday of Super Wildcard Weekend. I am doing the game after this. We are doing the Ravens and the Bengals. There is no Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is out for the game. Tyler Huntley, I believe, is going to be a game-time decision. I really hope that Tyler Huntley can go, just because at least he's played a number of games this year. But I think that could be an interesting one. Again, another division game, so things kind of get interesting when that happens. Christian Medina, I think looking at Cedric Van Pran out of Georgia. Yeah, that's the offensive lineman, right? Eric, hey, Shifty, do you bust out the chain for turnovers just for the 49ers game? Just for the 49ers game, I do the turnover chain. Just because the chain, it's a 49ers chain, and in a game like this, I'm really rooting for a good game, but I think the chain is for when it's let's go Niners. Always enjoy when one chains makes the appearance. Let's go. One chains, that's hilarious. But yeah, I normally I do that. Whenever Niners turnover. We bust them. I know Zach would want to bust it out during the any Vikings turnovers too. Get the chain, Devon. Get the table. The Dudley boys were great growing up. The Dudley boys, I kind of have glasses, a bit similar to Bubba Ray. Did Devon and Spike and I think did Devon wear glasses too? Dudley boys, Hardy boys were the Attitude Era were my favorite tag team. Oh, actually, also, well, damn. I would say Dudley boys, New Age Outlaws, and the Hardy boys. 1st and 10, we're back in action here in Minnesota. Cousins behind center, single back. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Fakes the quick pass to Jefferson. Hands it to Cook up the middle. Gets about 7 yards. I'm thinking Cowboys versus, I'm assuming Bills Super Bowl. The Buddy Holly the Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Thinking Cowboys versus Bills Super Bowl. That would be a repeat of a couple of the Super Bowls in the 90s. I certainly hope that's not the Super Bowl. I hope the Niners are there. 2nd and 3, Cousins just gets the pass off to Irv Smith Jr., but Irv Smith cannot bring it in. Cousins did a good job escaping the pressure of Leonard Williams, just able to get the ball out. But Irv Smith just drops it. And he could have had a chance to pick up the first down. But a big drop. The Buddy Holly glasses. The Rock and Sock connection. Well, what was the one with the Rock and Sock was a good one, but also it was like Undertaker and Kane, or wasn't like Undertaker and Steve Austin one time? That's true. That's very true. 3rd and 3, Cousins going to have to roll out to his right, throws it just incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th and 3 for the Vikings, and the Vikings are going to have to punt the ball away. I think it's way too early to start risking anything too crazy on your own side of the field here. But Giants only rushing 3 players, and the crazy thing is even rushing, well, actually they ended up rushing 4, but still getting pressure on Kirk Cousins. I mean, if you can get some pressure and you only rush 3, I mean, that's insane. 49ers Bills, that would be a big one. The punt is away. Richie James calls a fair catch at the 9-yard line. So the Giants will take over. We're in the second quarter. There's 14 minutes left in the second quarter. The Giants will have their 3rd possession. Both possessions they've had so far have ended in touchdowns. DeJuan Jones of Ohio State. Shifty, today is Debo's birthday. Yeah, shout out Debo Samuel for the birthday. He had actually a playoff career high in yardage yesterday. Of course, a lot of that came on that 74-yard touchdown reception, which Debo just got the ball and just kicked it into another gear and took it 74 yards. House call. Debo Samuel. But yeah, Debo's great. Love me some Debo Samuel. And the Niner offense, man, is just, I don't know how you stop it. But yeah, shout out Debo Samuel. Birthday for him in the chat. Debo's the man. Yeah, Huntley is definitely not. I'm looking forward to the Bengals-Ravens game just to see what the Bengals are capable of. I haven't really watched a ton of Bengals. I've watched a couple of Bengals games, and Joe Burrow definitely checks it down a lot more than I would have thought. But hey, there you go. Zach, didn't The Undertaker bury Stone Cold alive? Man, what a throwback to it. Stone Cold was my favorite. I had too many shirts. And that's the WWF at the time, but WWE now. Like with Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was like, of course, in like the late 80s, early 90s, it was all about Hulk Hogan. And then for the WWE, then it was like Stone Cold was maybe even a bigger money maker in terms of like merchandise and all that. Also, The Rock, of course, was like a big one too. But Stone Cold was the guy. And then at the time, WCW, they had like NWO, and then you had DX and wrestling back in the day. And of course, I think this is much more like just probably just me nostalgia. Yeah, I've tried to kind of get back into wrestling, and I just can't get into it. Joe Burrow, the coldest in the game. I think Joe Burrow's I think he's a really good quarterback. I've noticed that, I mean, maybe I just have expectations where I'm just like, of course you're not going to air the ball out every single play way down the field, but I'm like, a lot of checkdowns whenever I see it. Through Mankind. Oh, the Hell in the Cell. Yeah, when Undertaker threw Mankind off the top of the cell. Like, Undertaker didn't want to do that. And I guess Mick Foley, Mankind was like, no, if you don't throw me off here, I'm just going to basically throw myself off. So he's like, let's make it look real. And yeah, JR's reaction was actually pretty legitimate. It was like, oh my God, I think he might be dead. It's like, geez, crazy. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 9. Jones in shotgun, Barkley to his right. Jones looking to throw. Going to dump it off to Barkley behind the line of scrimmage, making it, wow, gets about 2 or 3 yards, but he broke the ankles of that linebacker, and luckily for the linebacker, he was right there at the sideline, so the sideline kind of helped him out, but yeah, a bit of a dangerous play there because you're backed up so far in your own part of the field that you throw the ball like 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. A little bit tricky. Shifty, did you see Debo and Jonathan? They actually did, yeah, which is, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, fair enough, that I guess Debo was, of course, able to forgive him for that kind of dirty-ish play. 2nd and 7. Jones fakes the handoff, dumps it over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Barkley. Eric Kendricks was right there. And I think more than anything, that was essentially a throwaway because Daniel Jones feeling the pressure. And that is Daniel Jones' first incompletion. Before that, he was 6 for 6, 103 yards, and a touchdown. Mick Foley, yeah. Mick Foley was what? Dude Love and Mankind and Cactus Jack and crazy. Paul Bear was so awesome. Oh, yeah, Paul Bear, yeah. 3rd and 7 for the Giants. Jones in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw, looking down, throws it, finds a man number 18, Isaiah Hodgins, enough for a first down. Giants got third. It was on 3rd and 7. They pick up 9. Just finds the soft spot in the zone near the sticks, makes the catch, falls forward, first down up to their own 21. Yeah, Mick Foley was just a crazy dude. You're off because dude was trying to, he was really trying to, I didn't like that at all. And it actually kind of galvanized the 49ers, and it really was like, okay. Like the team really got together. Snap is away on 1st and 10. They hand it up to Barkley up the middle. Barkley gets about 2 yards on the play. I guess they didn't, I don't know when they blew the whistle, but I'm going to say it's about a pickup of maybe 2 or 3 right up the middle. Jones already 170. I'm assuming that includes his rushing yards because I think Jones has like 115 passing yards, 112 passing yards. Yeah, Daniel Jones playing really good football right now, 7 for 8. Vikings really just haven't gotten any pressure. They haven't really hit Jones that much, so yeah. In shotgun, 2nd and 7. Maybe the Vikings were offside. This is a free play. Jones is going to run. Jones gets the first down, gets all the way up to the 40-yard line. And I think there's a flag on the play, but I'm pretty certain Zadarius Smith was offside or neutral zone infraction. Yeah, looks like Zadarius. Yeah, that was Zadarius Smith was a neutral zone infraction. Free play. Jones decides to run for it and gets all the way up to the 40-yard line. Holy moly. Making chilly, not going to be snowy week here in Colorado. Yeah. The weather in San Francisco, it's a little bit of rain. Rain's kind of on and off, but pretty mild besides for that. Yeah, 112 passing yards for Jones, but he's able to run the ball effectively too. Sneaky speed. 1st and 10 for the Giants at their own 38. Jones in shotgun. Barkley to his left. 3 receivers up top. Fakes the handoff to Barkley. Just going to run for it himself. Gets 2 yards on the play. And takes a little bit of a hit there. Nothing too crazy, though. Christian, you think the Giants are winning this one? By the way, we're at 65 likes. We're only 6 likes away from Trent Williams likes. Let's go. Let's go. My energy drink for today. So I like these ghost ones, and this is the orange cream. Oh, that's tasty. That is tasty. I don't think he should be fined, Jonathan Abram, but dirty play. 2nd and 7 here for the Giants. Jones going to run for well past the line of scrimmage, gets 6 yards. Going to be a yard short of the first down, but again, taking a bit of a hit there, and you love to see your quarterback kind of lay it on the line, but also the Giants can't afford to have anything happen to Daniel Jones. You'd like to see him take a few less hits in this game. We'll put it that way. Some of my friends, 49ers fans, a few of them went to the game. That's awesome. The weather actually wasn't nearly as bad as what they expected. 3rd and about a yard and a half. At their own 46. Jones in shotgun, Barkley to his right. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. Barkley's running out on a route. Jones going to try and run for it. Has the corner. Runs up and gets to around the Vikings' 46-yard line. A Viking defender came right in and almost just really hit him hard, which would have been probably a flag, but Good thing for Jones he didn't hit him, but also good thing for the Vikings because that would have been a 15-yard penalty. I think that, maybe a fine. I guess considering what they do fine some players for, then I guess a fine for Jonathan Abram. But Christian, you're saying a suspension? I don't know. I mean, their season's over anyways, so that's punishment enough, I guess. 1st and 10, Barkley gets about 3 yards, maybe 4 yards on first down, goes off right tackle. Giants offensive line is playing really well today. I know like the Vikings defense isn't really what it used to be, but their offensive tackles are playing great. They have like Feliciano, Glowinski, they're playing really solid as well. So I think that Feliciano, when he comes in, he's doing well. Glowinski, I think, they're just playing well, and that's what you got to do. Who are you thinking of doing a raid on? We'll see. Not too sure. 2nd and 6 for the Giants at the 42 of Minnesota. Jones just dumps it off to Barkley. Barkley's got some room to work with and then just flies through Bynum and gets about 7 yards, maybe 8. So it's going to be first down Giants on the play. And the Giants are just chewing away at this clock. They're now going to be in field goal range. They were showing Justin Jefferson, who looks potentially like a little bit frustrated on the sideline. Of course, wants a lot more opportunities to be out there to make plays. But the Giants are just doing a great job of mixing up their offense. Like, I really don't know what's coming whenever they're playing. Now I think it's Matt Breida who's out there. Jones looking to throw, under pressure in the pocket, and he gets sacked. Only loses a yard on the play, but that's DJ Wanham with Bullard too. And man, they're finally getting a little bit of pressure here, are the Vikings. Bad Dog Sports is not bad. Great Giants channel. Yeah, God Emperor. I'm familiar with Bad Dog. Here's the thing with Bad, because it's Bad Dog and then there's Chris, I think is the other guy who's with them. I'm guessing right now they probably have about maybe 2,000 people in there. So I love having all 62 of you guys in here, but I don't think they'd really notice, and they don't know who the hell I am. So I don't know how effective it would be. 2nd and 12 right here for Daniel Jones, and he runs and picks up 10 yards. And Jones not afraid to take shots. He's actually a pretty big dude, and yeah, I've said it 5 times today already, but he's kind of shown me he's a little bit sneaky fast. Not, I would say like a little bit like a click under Josh Allen in terms of size and speed, but not that far behind actually. Abrams tried to injure another player. Saints coaches. It was definitely a dirty play, and I think he should be fined. But I don't know if you could suspend. I guess you could suspend him, but that would really kind of screw up his chances for maybe getting a job next. I don't know. 3rd and 2, and Jones runs for the first down. And Daniel Jones is just running all over the Vikings, and they just can't do anything to stop it. The Vikings really have no answer for this running attack with Daniel Jones. And here's the thing. People were criticizing Kyle Shanahan so much when we were running Trey Lance just like this. And Trey Lance can do all of this stuff. And it's just the unlucky that Trey Lance got hurt. But this is what we could also do with the Niner offense on top of all the other players. 1st and 10 Giants. Jones going to run it again. This time he loses 2 yards. And that's Dalvin Tomlinson and Zadarius Smith there on the 2-yard loss. And look, it's pretty effective here, but Jones is kind of getting beat up. And I think they're kind of playing with fire a little bit here. I understand that, I wasn't a big fan of people knocking Kyle Shanahan. For me, was he maybe running Lance a little bit too much than I would have liked? Probably, but trying to win the football game. 2nd and 12 for the Giants at the Minnesota 17. Jones wide open. Isaiah Hodgins gets up to the 10-yard line. Pickup of about maybe, we'll call it 7 yards or so. 3rd and 5 coming up. Lance too injury prone? Well, Lance wasn't really. Was he injury? He wasn't really injury prone in college, and he ran the ball a lot in college. And I just think that Lance needs to learn. I mean, the hit that he took against the Seahawks that hurt him was like, it's like a football play that could have happened on a sack. I don't know. I just didn't agree with the criticism of Shanahan on that. 3rd and 5, though, for the Giants here at the Minnesota 10. Jones in shotgun. Barkley motions out. Going to throw it. It's going to be caught. First down, Darius Slayton right in front of Patrick Peterson. Good coverage by Peterson, but just a better route by Slayton, and just gets enough for the first down. Yeah, when people were saying fire Shanahan when Lance got hurt, and then after we lost to Kansas City, and I think we were 3-4 or something, or 3-5 or whatever. You're like, oh, fire Kyle Shanahan. And I'm like, no, it's a dumb take. Just kidding, of course. Yeah, I'm just jealous y'all are good this year. Yeah, the 49ers, and Kyle Shanahan's a great coach, I think. 1st and goal for the Giants inside the 5. There was 2 guys in motion there. I think that should be an illegal. Yep, Jones runs it in for the touchdown, but it's going to be coming back because you had 2 guys in motion right before the ball was snapped, so that's not. Yeah, I mean, he's been injured twice, and I mean, yeah, I guess you could say injury prone. Jimmy fans calling Lance injury prone after 1 injury. We'll see how he improves next year, but he's been pretty shaky. So, yeah, I mean, Lance is definitely shaky. Clearly, I mean, the coaching staff and obviously Kyle Shanahan had a lot of confidence in him going into this year. That's why they said he's the guy. Trey Lance needs college experience. He can't go back to college now, a little late for that, but he needs game time experience. And it's a very interesting situation that the 49ers find themselves in. 1st and goal, but they're now back at the 9-yard line after the illegal shift. Jones fakes the pass out to Barkley and does a little almost like Statue of Liberty play and hands it off to Breda. Breda only gets about 2 yards. Of course, the former 49er loved the play call. Faked the throw out to Barkley, and Jones that was a good one. Nice little play design right there. Breda gets a couple of yards, so we're going to have 2nd and goal coming up here at the Vikings. Maybe the 6-yard line, so they'll give him a pickup of about 3. So 2nd and goal. Jones behind center. 2 receivers up top, 1 down low. Snap is away. Throw into Hodgins down low. Incomplete. Looking for Hodgins and nothing there. Nothing doomed. The throw a little bit too high out in front of him. So this is going to be 3rd and goal. And if you're the Vikings here, man, this game is going by quickly. Considering the game started very late. We're only 3 minutes to halftime. Holy moly. But thank you all so much for hanging out. We're still at 65 likes, 6 likes away from 71. You can get to Trent Williams likes. It's 3rd and goal now for the Giants. Coming up. Jones in shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers down low, 2 up top. Snap is away. Jones looking down low, going to throw it, going to find, looking for Cager, but it's going to be incomplete. That would have been, if Cager could have hung on to that, I mean, that would have been tough because he took a shot right there. Daniel Jones, nice throw over the middle, but just a little bit behind Cager, but couldn't put him in front of him because Eric Kendricks would have intercepted it. Detroit will win the NFC North next year. God Emperor, I think you mean. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. They tend to look like a 3-win team until the 4th quarter. Yeah. I'm rooting for the Giants and Cowboys. I want to see the 49ers go through. Field goal attempt is up and good for the Giants. So the Giants tack on 3 more points. There's 3:25 left in the half. Vikings are going to get the ball. And if you're the Vikings, I mean, man, this game has gone by really quickly, and all of a sudden you're down 10 points. You're at home, and this is where, if you are a Vikings fan, and this is kind of where Kirk Cousins, some of the bad plays where maybe he presses, maybe he feels like he maybe has to force the ball to Justin Jefferson. That offense was on the sideline for a long time right there, and this is sometimes where you see those bad mistakes. So if you are the if you're the Vikings here, I think you need to play it smart. Don't be afraid to run the ball with Dalvin Cook. He's been running the ball pretty well. You want to get some points before halftime, make it a one-score game, take it into half, think it over, and go from there. You in Colorado Springs. Yeah, beautiful. So many dropped today. I think it's nerves. Yeah, probably. Yeah, NFC North. Shifty Trey Lance needs to know when to... What the hell? Not sure what happened there. My TV just went out or something. But I think it's booting back up again. But we'll be back momentarily with the game. But I'm not really sure what happened with the... Oh, it's just booting back up. That was really weird. I'm not sure what happened. Technical difficulties here. It's booting back up for whatever reason. My Xfinity TV right here. I didn't do anything or touch anything, so I'm not sure what happened. I'm like, what? But we should be back with the game shortly. In the meantime, let's take a look and let's keep track of it on ESPN. Good thing that this didn't happen during the 49er game, or else I would have lost it. Weird. I don't want to record. I just want to... Yeah. It's a ghost! I think it should be coming back on in a second. Let's keep an eye on this game right here. We'll go to the Gamecast, and then we'll be back with it on TV momentarily. So, yes, it was a kickoff from the Giants to the end zone, touchback, and the Vikings are going to have 3 minutes and 25 seconds left until halftime. They do have all 3 timeouts. And we'll see what happens. Trey has better legs and arm, but Purdy is that guy. He's smarter, a better leader, and more confident. New York Giants, yep, it is 17-7. And the Vikings have the ball with 3:25 left on their own 25-yard line. What is going on here? Let's see what the Vikings can do here. Can the Vikings get some points before halftime? Xfinity owes you a royal feast of the House of Prime Rib, Daniel. Man, that would be something. I think that if I were to be like, my Xfinity went out for a few minutes. You guys owe me a huge dinner. That's going to cost a lot. We are back in action here, folks, by the way. Well, we should be. It's just now connecting to my entertainment experience. My entertainment experience is being interrupted, man. Come on. Dalvin Cook on first down picks up 1 yard. But hey, this is what professionals do. We improvise when things go wrong. That's what we got to do, right? What did you think when the Chargers had a 27-0 lead? Well, I thought it was pretty much game over, simply because, a number of things, because it was a 27-point lead. But also, Trevor Lawrence was looking awful, and they couldn't do anything. But yeah, so it's going to be, there was actually Kirk Cousins' incomplete pass to T.J. Hawkinson. There was a penalty on the Vikings, but it was declined. And we'll have to see my Xfinity thing. It's still booting up and what have you. Sometimes I notice that it boots up in randomly at really early in the morning, but I'm not sure why I was doing it right now. I didn't ask it to do anything like that. So 3rd and 9 for the Vikings, and the Giants could potentially get the ball back with a lot of time in the Giants themselves. The Giants still have 3, and we are back in action here. So it's 1st and 10 Minnesota all the way up to the Giants' 47-yard line. So we're back. Technical difficulties, but as a professional that I am, we worked ourselves through it, improvised, and followed the game cast. Vikings up to the 47 of the Giants. On 1st and 10, they lose a yard or two. Dexter Lawrence, really nice play. He's had a really good year. We're at the 2-minute warning, folks. 2-minute warning here in Minnesota. We're going to be coming back here. They'll have the ball 2nd and 11 at the Giants' 48. Minnesota looking to get some points before halftime. We have 21 subscribers, and we're at 70 likes. We are 1 like away from hitting that. I think we'll go play Barbie Girl. But we are 1 like away from Trent Williams likes. Let's go. I still believe Lance is a starter, but Purdy right now is better. Lance does have a higher ceiling, though, and that's going to be the whole offseason, man. The whole offseason, it's going to be all Purdy, Lance talk. And, yeah, honestly, look, at the end of the day, I just hope we win a freaking Super Bowl. 2nd and 12, not 2nd and 11. Maybe. But if we win the Super Bowl, then, look, I don't care because then I'm like, hey, we won a Super Bowl. So whatever happens from there happens. But, that's what I'm rooting for, But I think when it comes to the quarterback situation with the Niners is, honestly, I think that they're just, unless they get blown away by an offer for one of the 2 players, I think this year has shown the Niners that and I think a lot of teams can attest to this, that you need to have 2 good quarterbacks on your roster. The Niners, I think, have that because I think Trey Lance is going to be really good. He just hasn't played. And you have them at a very reasonable price in terms of like your salary cap. So I think unless someone comes in and is like, hey, we'll give you like a 1st round or a couple of 1st rounders for someone, I think they're just going to stand pat, and why not? Having a ceiling is one thing, meeting that potential is another. We'll see what happens, yeah. And there's going to be, and I think it's going to be a thing where through OTAs and training camp and preseason, blah, 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 maybe there is an open competition. Maybe they just go with whatever. But maybe they just make a decision, go with whoever. But we'll see. 75 people in here, guys. Feel free to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It really does help out with the algorithm. We're actually at 74 likes now. Joe Staley likes. Love to see it. Let's go. 2nd and 12 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. Only 125 yards of offense for the Vikings compared to the Giants' 256 yards. Snap is away, empty backfield. Cousins under pressure, throws it wide open. TJ Hawkinson down to the Giants' 21-yard line. And Hawkinson really making his presence felt on this drive. Vikings gave up a decent chunk to get him from Detroit. And now he's really paying dividends here against the Giants. Really nice route there by Hawkinson, too. Shifty, should we bring Jacob Eason to active roster? No, I think the Niners will just go with, it'll be Purdy and Josh Johnson. 1:20 left in the half. Cousins hands it off to Cook, cuts off to the right tackle, makes a guy miss, gets about maybe 6 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Vikings. Yep, wide open again. Wide open again was Hawkinson. There's 1 minute left in the half. Of course, if you're the Vikings, look, you want to score. That's priority number 1, but you also don't want to give the Giants too much time. 2nd and 4. Cousins in shotgun, looking to throw. Throws it, going to be caught by Justin Jefferson. With forward progress, it is going to be a 1st down. And the clock is stopped. I'm not sure if it was Minnesota or who called the timeout. But there was a timeout on the field. There we go. All right. Am I the only one here that doesn't like Romo on color? I thought Phil Simms was better. I think Phil Simms used to be really good, but I think he kind of, I'm sure like getting a little bit older and stuff. I like Romo on the but I like Romo on the I think a lot of times I think what CBS has done though is because I think Romo used to always predict a lot of the plays, and that was kind of fun to watch. Niners have 2 starting quality quarterbacks, in a good position to have, and at a very reasonable price too. So there we go. First and goal here for the Vikings after the Justin Jefferson first down. Cousins in shotgun. There's 50 seconds left in the half. Cousins got time, looking, throws over the middle. Touchdown, Minnesota Vikings. KJ Osborne over the middle, completely wide open. Cousins had great protection on that play. No pressure at all. 17-13. Extra point coming up. Nice play call there. The linebacker kind of went with Thielen, and just KJ Osborne found the complete empty spot in the zone, and just an easy walk-in touchdown. Extra point coming right up for the Vikings. There's 45 seconds left in the half. The Giants do have 3 timeouts. Snap is away, hold is good, and it's going to be 14-13. Yeah, every stream is going to be behind, man, unfortunately. Just because it's YouTube. It's a YouTube thing that there's nothing I can do about it. And so there's, 45 seconds left in the half. Giants have 3 timeouts, so they do, if they want to be a little bit aggressive, they can try and go for it. Maybe even pick up a field goal before halftime. The Giants do also get the ball to start the second half. If this stays close, Minnesota has to be favored. I mean, honestly, I think the way that both of these teams are playing, like, they're very evenly matched. Like, the Giants' offense has definitely surprised me with relatively easily they've been able to move the ball. I think the Giants have moved the ball with some ease, against the Vikings defense. I know the Vikings defense definitely isn't what it was like compared to like maybe 4 or 5 years ago when you had, Harrison Smith at an elite level, you had Eric Hendricks at an elite level, Danielle Hunter and all those guys. But I think that Giants offense is definitely making moves. If I'm the Giants, I definitely go for it and try and get some points before halftime. So, what do you think? If you're the Giants, if I'm the Giants, look, if I'm the Giants, I'm going to be a little bit aggressive here. I'm not going to launch the ball 30 yards on the first play or anything, but I'm going to try and throw the football or get the ball, maybe try if you can find some way to get the ball in Barkley's hands in a little bit of space. Maybe you motion him out, have him there with a couple of receivers, quick pass to Barkley, a couple of receivers there to help block, and kind of go from there. I say that because of how many close games Minnesota's played this year. They definitely have experience when it comes down to close games. And that's something that, teams do learn and they get better at, and they're able to basically kind of be calm, and they're like, look, we've been in this situation before. We've been able to handle it before. We've won before, and you just kind of go from there. So having that experience definitely is a positive. We're at 77 likes, by the way. Thank you so much for all the likes. Appreciate that. Only a couple of likes away from this game flying by. So, I mean, honestly, Frankie, you're seeing my reactions late, but I'm watching the game live as well. So there's really not any way that you could spoil it for me. I just think that because of the delay that YouTube has on the stream, you're not really going to be able to spoil anything. Like, the chat is all live and everything. It's just the actual video stream is what's a little bit late. There is a flag on the return here, by the way. Yeah, this game has gone by really quickly, considering it started late. Nice play call here. The Vikings just really committed to Thielen and Hawkinson, and just left KJ Osborne wide open. Like the Giants went all in on covering Hawkinson, Thielen, and Justin Jefferson, but like nobody was on KJ Osborne, so he was wide open. We have a Viking player down in the field, but he's now walking off under his own power, and that's great to see, of course. So there was holding against the Giants, so they're not going to have great field position. So I wonder if this potentially changes what they want to do. They're at their own 10-yard line, so does this maybe change if they want to be a little bit aggressive here? We'll see. Daniel Jones in shotgun, 40 seconds left at their own 10-yard line. Snap is away. Jones going to throw a dangerous throw. Looking for Darius Slayton, incomplete, but there was a couple of Viking defenders there. And I guess Kayvon Thibodeau thought he was maybe getting held, but Darisaw just basically threw him right to the ground. 2nd and 10 coming up here for the New York Giants. If I was Jones, he maybe had Bellinger, the tight end, over the top, but it's such a risky thing to do. Darius Slayton, the wide receiver, their wide receiver number 1, going to the sideline. So hopefully he's okay. 74 people in here. Thank you. So we're at 78 likes right now. Thank you very much, guys. Let's see, can we get to Jerry Rice likes? 80 likes on the stream. 2nd and 10, Jones in shotgun, Barkley to his right. I think they'll probably hand it off here, but we'll see. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. Nope, they're going to look in to throw. Jones just over the middle, throws it to Richie James, picks up about 2 yards on the play. And I think at this point, the Giants just might let the clock wind down to halftime. 20 seconds and the clock is moving. Giants not calling timeout, neither are the Vikings. Giants are going to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll try and just run one more play. Jones is in shotgun, empty backfield. There's 10 seconds left. They snap the ball. Jones is going to dump it off to Bellinger, who gets enough yards for the first down, but there's only 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left in the half, and they're at their own 21-yard line. So that's going to take us pretty much to halftime. Good half of football here, though, in Minnesota. It's close, too. This is a close one. Really good half of football. Love to see it. Love to freaking see it. So, halftime, everybody. We are going to do a raid. I just want to make sure that... Ooh. I don't think that you have to be a member for this one. So we are going to do a raid here, folks. So this is for, we are going to do a little raid for on Jim B's channel, Jim B. He does a bunch of stuff here on YouTube, a bunch of live streams. Really good dude. He actually raided my channel before. So, we're going to raid this channel right here. It's another stupid sports show. Love it. This guy's super rad, dude. Let's head on over to Jim B's channel. Drop a like if you'd like to. Subscribe to his channel. He streams a lot of games. And we're going to do a little shifty raid. No, he's just gone. No, he just went to break. Damn it. There we go. He saw. There we go. Let's do a little raid. Everybody hop on over to Jim B's channel. Do a little raid and like his stream. Subscribe to his channel. Jim B does a lot of really rad stuff. A lot of streams and all that good stuff. So yeah, throw a little like on his stream and subscribe to his channel if you are so inclined. And let's go. Here we go, guys. We can do a little better. Let's go. Bang bang Niner gang. Let's go. Christian, love seeing you dropping comments in there. Love to see it. Smoke 82. Let's go Niners. Appreciate you guys. Jim B, I think he's taking a little break for halftime, and don't blame him. But yeah, thank you guys for going over there. Jim B is a big fan of the work that Jim B does. Super nice guy. Does a lot of great work in the YouTube community. But yeah, if you're so inclined, do click the link, drop a like on his stream, subscribe to his channel, and shout out to Jim B. Big fan of his. But yeah, Christian says, just noticed that Mostert didn't play today for the Dolphins. Yeah, he was actually, Mostert was, Mostert was inactive. He has a thumb. I think he broke his thumb, which obviously is a pretty big deal if you're a running back where you want to hold on to the ball. And yeah, Mostert, unfortunately, just always has injuries. Big fan of Raheem Mostert, but that was just always the thing with Raheem, is that he could just never like fully stay healthy. There we go. Whiz bye to everyone. Shifty Ray. There we go. Okay, now we're seeing a few people in there. Yeah, drop some likes on his channel. Why am I getting all these ridiculous notifications, like spam text messages and stuff? Crazy. Might pause for the cause. Love it, Jim B. Keep up the work, man. Love seeing you do your thing. Big fan, of course. But this first half has been really, really good, I think. And I think we're in for a great, what's the name? Jim B. Jim, and then just the letter B is the raid on his channel. But and just on that link there. But yeah, feel free to click it, and if you want to, head over and say what's up. But I think this first half has been really, really fun. A lot of big time plays. We're seeing like the playmakers really show out today. Saquon Barkley's been really good. Daniel Jones has been really good for the Vikings. I think like the Vikings were maybe trying to force the ball a little bit too much to Justin Jefferson, but to me, it's like, hey, don't forget Dalvin Cook, man. Dalvin Cook is that dude. He can make some big plays happen. So I think in the second half here, of course, if you're the Vikings, you're in a very close game. 17-14, all to play for. Giants do get the ball to start the second half. Giants get the ball to start the second half. So I think that, of course, the Giants, if they can go down, score some points. But Minnesota, I think maybe they're going to come out a little bit more aggressive defensively would be my guess. Minnesota, not really blitzing a whole lot. They have some really good edge rushers. Danielle Hunter. They have Zadarius Smith. So you'd like to see them maybe bring Eric Hendricks a little bit, maybe just get that pressure and try and force Daniel Jones into a mistake. But we'll have to see what happens. I don't right now. I think that the Giants right now are looking a little bit better, but of course, and as the scoreline indicates, this is a very, very close matchup. Very close. And then we're going to have Cincinnati and Baltimore coming up. We're almost going to just like immediately hop into that game because that game is going to start, I think, at 5:15 Pacific time. And we're already at 3:15 here. We're still at halftime. We got a whole half of football to go. And this game was a little bit late getting underway, simply because the Dolphins and Bills game, it didn't go to overtime, but it just went, the game just was like really slow moving for whatever reason. Just really slow moving. So there you go. But thank you everyone here for hanging out today, hanging out for this game. And appreciate all the likes. Appreciate everyone for being here. We have 53 people still here. And yeah, really awesome support. So thank you so much. And hopefully, dropped a little bit of support there for Jim B. And we're just rocking and rolling. Second half should be coming up probably in the next 5-ish minutes, I would say. Let's go through some of the first half stats. So looking at the first half, we have The Daniel Jones, 122 quarterback rating, looking really good. 12 of 16, 143 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones running the ball. Daniel Jones is the leading rusher in this game. 10 rushes for 71 yards. Saquon, 4 rushes for 51. Saquon averaging 12 yards per rush, which is insane. Dalvin Cook, 10 rushes for 43 yards. His show is ass. Yeah, another stupid sports show. I thought that was really clever. Darius Slayton leading the way for receivers in this game. 3 catches, 74 yards. Isaiah Hodgins has a touchdown reception. So does KJ Osborne. Kirk Cousins with a rushing touchdown. That was on a quarterback sneak. Saquon Barkley with a rushing touchdown himself. Only 1 sack in the game. That was by Jonathan Bullard of the Minnesota Vikings. So I think what you might see in the second half is possibly like a little bit more aggressiveness with regards to blitzing, things like that, and see if they can maybe force some mistakes. So they're showing some of the highlights here of the Dolphins and the Bills. And ultimately, I think that it was going to be very unlikely for the Dolphins to get the win. But full credit to Miami for really, really giving Buffalo a tough game. So looking forward, it looks like it's either going to be the Chiefs will either be playing Jacksonville or else if Baltimore win tonight. Christian, I believe that Jim B is a Detroit Lions fan. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's a Lions fan. But yeah, it looks like the Chiefs will either play the Jaguars or else they will play, if Baltimore win tonight, then they would play Baltimore. If the Bengals win tonight, then it would be Bengals against the Bills, and it would be Chiefs and Jaguars. And the Chiefs, I think, would probably be able to take care of business there. Of course, if Lamar Jackson, if the Ravens win tonight, and if Lamar Jackson could play, that could be a pretty tough opponent right there for the Kansas City Chiefs. But I just kind of really don't want to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl again. They've been there so many times in recent years that I'm kind of sick of it. Yeah, Jimby, I believe, is a Detroit Lions fan, if I am not mistaken. But just wanted to give a little bit of love. I remember it was one of the games earlier this year, and he sent a couple of people over here. So always like to show a little bit of support for the community right back at him. Yeah, Chiefs will play the lowest winning seed. So yeah, the Chiefs being the number 1 seed will play the lowest winning seed. So that's either going to be Jacksonville or else Baltimore. There's no way that they can play Cincinnati this coming weekend. Now, a couple of things to reminder when it comes to this is the fact that if I hate them. I just fatigue from the Chiefs. It was kind of like how things used to be in the AFC when it was always the Patriots and the Colts. Sometimes you'd have like the Steelers would kind of have a little bit of a flare up, but for the longest time, and maybe the Chargers were a little bit okay here and there, but we should rate a streamer of a team that is playing in the game. Yeah, possibly. I think because we're going to be back, the second half's going to be kicking off momentarily, so potentially maybe later for the Bengals and Ravens game, but I just wanted to show him a little bit of support just because he has done that for me in the past. So appreciate that. Plus, raids are typically a lot more effective when we do the Niner games because, we have like 300-400 whatever people, and then that is a lot more noticeable. But thank you so much, guys, also just for heading over to his channel, dropping a couple of likes, and dropping some likes on his channel. If you subscribed, whether you did or not, either way, just any support. Of course, the views and stuff, that all helps out too. So I think that's really awesome. That it's one of the things that I always want to try and do at least is, do a little support around the community. I agree. The last one was hella boring. Yeah. The last one, well, they got beat pretty badly by Tampa Bay. And then, well, the one before that we don't really talk about. Not around here. But yeah, it's just I think that when it comes to Kansas City, great team, of course. Kansas City are really good, but I kind of just get a little bit tired of it, you know. And unfortunately, I guess Kansas City, they're going to be really good for a long time because Mahomes is going to be playing for a long time. And great player, really fun to watch. But man, I'm just kind of over the whole Kansas City thing. I was totally cool with the Chiefs when they had Alex Smith, but with Mahomes, it's like they're just almost too good, especially offensively. It's impossible to slow them down. But we're about to be back in action here in Minnesota. Vikings, Giants. Giants have a 3-point lead. Giants get the ball to start the second half. Minnesota fans getting a little crazy. They're doing their whole skull chants and what have you. But I think this is going to be a really good second half. Both offenses have been able to move the ball pretty well. We already have 31 points in this game, and I think we're going to see a whole lot more points in the second half. However, don't be surprised if we see a couple of splash plays by the defense. I think in order to counter just how well the offenses are moving the football, I think you're probably going to see a lot, maybe some more blitzes, things like that. Oh, thank you very much, Nick. Nick, is today, was it your birthday? I know that we're hanging out Tuesday, of course, and I can't wait to see you, Nick, on Tuesday for your birthday, but was it yesterday was your birthday, man? Sorry, I'm really bad with dates, but either way, happy birthday, whether it's belated or be early or what have you, but happy birth time of the month for you. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So the Vikings are going to be kicking it off to the Giants anyway, and it's going to be a touchback. So the Giants are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. We have 80 likes, so we did hit the goal. We hit Jerry Rice likes. Tuesday the 17th is your birthday. Excellent. Perfect. It's James, because James is like the 15th of February, I think. I'm mixing up here. We partying on my B-day. Yeah, it should be a good time, man. Looking forward to seeing you. Been a little while, so been a while since I've seen my friend Nick. Been a while. 1st and 10 now for the Giants at their own 25. Jones behind center. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to lose about 3 yards on 1st down. And is that big Dalvin Tomlinson? Yes, it is. Takes him down 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Tried to run between the left guard and left tackle and just nothing doing. Excellent penetration there by Dalvin Tomlinson. 2nd and 13 for the New York Giants. Jones is going to come out in shotgun. Back to his right. Bellinger kind of in the backfield too. 3 receivers out there. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. Quick throw over the middle. It's going to be caught by Hodgins. Picks up 11 yards. Dangerous throw. The linebacker Hicks was right there and just got the ball to Hodgins and picks up about 10 yards. So they have 3rd and 3 coming up for the Giants. My youngest daughter's B-day is on the 19th. She'll be 25, says Frankie. Excellent, man. On the 19th and 25 years old. Excellent, bud. That's awesome, man. Congratulations to her for a birthday coming up. 3rd and 3. Jones in shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away. This is a big 3rd down here for the Viking defense. Throws it wide open. Saquon up to the 40, 45, 50, down to the Vikings 44-yard line. 1st down. 1st down, Giants. Feed Barkley, can't stop him. Shifty, I'm going to go get some peanut M&Ms are a good one. I do it up. I encourage that for sure. I like the peanut M&Ms. Feed Barkley. Barkley just looks like he is. I mean, he's just This is the healthiest I've seen Saquon Barkley look in like 2 or 3 years. So 1st and 10 for the Giants up to the Minnesota 44. Jones in shotgun. Breda's in the backfield with him. Snap is away. Breda's going to kind of motion out there. Jones looking. Now going to throw it down the field. Wide open. Isaiah Hodgins down to the 25, 20, 15, near the 10-yard line. All offense. Holy moly. Giants just chunk yards on the play. Every play, they're just picking up 15, 20 yards. Holy moly. Yes, sir. 47. There we go, man. Love it, dude. Love it. All offense this game. Yeah, the Giants just making this look a little easy. They're at the Vikings 12. Jones behind center. Barkley in the backfield. They just fake the handoff to Barkley. End around to Slayton. Slayton cuts back inside. Gets about 3 yards on the play. Well covered by the Minnesota defense, especially the D end. Did a really, really good job of just basically forcing Slayton to have to cut back inside. Ed Donatel, the defensive coordinator, former position coach, I think, with the 49ers, right? 2nd and 7 coming up for the Giants offense at the Minnesota 9. Daniel Jones behind center. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Single back. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Jones fakes the handoff. Throws it wide open. Bellinger. Touchdown. New York Giants. And they just made that look way too easy. Took them 3.5 minutes to march down the field. And that's going to make it 23-14. Extra point pending. Nice play call, and the Minnesota Viking defense just no clue that was coming. Completely fooled. Patrick Peterson just, yikes, he looked just bad on that last play right there. Here comes the extra point. Snap is away, hold is good, kick is up, and it's perfect. Giants take back the 10-point lead. And they will be kicking it off to the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to use the restroom. Then I'm going to get me some more Brita filtered water. Be right back. All right, we are back. God Emperor says, wow, Vikings defense is terrible. Yeah, they're not looking good. The Vikings defense is definitely looking susceptible just to like big plays and really kind of biting hard on, just like little play actions here and there and just not disciplined, really. Will Vikings be the first home team to lose? Possibly, Frankie. I mean, there's a lot of time left in this game. The Vikings have a lot of things to figure out defensively, and so we'll see. I wish I could see in the future sometimes know whether the Niners will get number 6 or not. Can't take another heartbreaker, says God Emperor. Last year, Dallas was the only home team to lose in the wild card. Offense in the fourth quarter almost cost us the game. Hoping Dallas loses tomorrow. Yeah, it's always hard to root for. I never root for the Cowboys. But it's going to be. We'll see what happens. I mean, the playoffs, you just never know. Giants with the kickoff, and this is going to be a touchback. So Minnesota is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 25. There is still a lot of time left in this game. We have 11 and a half minutes in the third quarter. So even though that drive was really impressive there from the Giants, I mean, the Vikings still have plenty of time to get themselves right back in this game. Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Giants, doing a pretty good job so far. I think Dallas loses, honestly. They have a bad habit of playing down to their competition, plus Tampa has a good defense. Yes, they do. Cousins behind center, hands it off to Cook. Cook's got some room to move, gets about 6 yards between the left guard and left tackle. Eventually brought down by linebacker. I think that was Jared Davis. The Giants actually have a couple of former relatively high draft picks at linebacker. Jared Davis was I think he was a first-round pick for the Lions. And then Jalen Smith, I believe that is, the Cowboys second-rounder. I feel a Cook fumble coming. Ooh, says Frankie. 2nd and 3. Cousins fakes the handoff to Cook. Throws it out. Great play by Cousins to get that off. And all the way up to nice yards there by Munit. I have never heard of this guy in my life. This tight end Munit. But great play by Cousins. He was under pressure immediately from Jared Davis. And he's able to get rid of the ball. And they get big yard. Munt it is. I'll be honest. I have no clue who that is. But made a good play right there. Vikings get first down yardage. They're up to their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Cousins behind center, single back, fakes the quick pass, hands it off. Is that to Cook or Madison? Gets about 3 yards on first down. So 2nd and 7 coming right up. It was Dalvin Cook on the first down run. All right, 2nd and 7 for the Vikings at their own 47. It looks like Azeez Ojulari is on the sideline. Not really sure what the issue is there. I didn't see him down or anything. So 2nd and 7, Cousins and shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers on the field and 1 tight end. Snap is away, going to look to throw. Got time, throws it. Looking for Jefferson. Possibly intercepted. Julian Love of the Giants. Right now they're calling it an interception. Might have been on the ground. Wow. There's a flag on the play too. We'll have to see what the flag is as well. But possibly an interception from Julian Love, the defensive back from Notre Dame. We'll have to see the call here. Looking for Jefferson. The ball flips up. I'll have to see. I don't think that's no catch. Nah. I think that's going to be incomplete. Oh, Beto, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you stopping by, hitting the like button. Thank you so much, Beto. Always mad love for 49ers sickness. And if anyone here in the chat feels so compelled to, I would definitely recommend to check out 49ers Sickness Podcast, or Niners Sickness Podcast. Does a whole bunch of great 49er content, and drop a like on his stuff, and consider subscribing to his channel, because he's really active and always has really good discussions going on his channel. Susan says Munt is from Oregon. Okay, cool. An Oregon Duck or an Oregon State Beaver, but that was definitely incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 now for the Vikings instead. But that was very close. Julian Love almost came up with it. And the throw was a little bit off target. But Jefferson tried to reel it in, but the ball just flipped up. Cousins now in shotgun, empty backfield. Jefferson in motion. Man coverage. Giants bringing delay blitz. Wide open. TJ Hawkinson all the way down to the Giants' 34-yard line, 1st down, Minnesota. Who's my college team? You're a Buckeye fan. I really don't have a college team, but if I was forced and pressed to pick a team, I would probably say Notre Dame, just because of my Irish heritage, and of course they're the Fighting Irish. But I really don't have I really don't have a college team. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. At the Giants 34, Cousins behind center, fakes the handoff to Dalvin Cook, throwing it deep, wide open, Adam Thielen down inside the 10-yard line. We're going to have Vikings first and goal from the 9-yard line coming up, less than 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Vikings now moving the ball with relative ease. The Cal Golden Bears, yeah, I mean, there's living close to Berkeley. That's definitely, I didn't go to college here in the U.S., so I don't really have any allegiance to anyone, to any program. So Michigan, Wolverines, yeah, go blue. First and goal for the Vikings at the Giants 9. Cousins behind center, play clock winding down, I formation. They do hand off to Cook up the middle. Cook plowing through, just knocking guys over. Ends up getting stuffed around the 3-yard line. Second and goal coming up from the Giants 3. Kevin O'Connell getting the plays called in. Cousins, I'm sure it's loud in there. He has to. The FAU Owls, Christian is FAU. That's we talked about this, wasn't it? Yeah, Aziz Al-Shire was a FAU alum. Second and goal, snap is away quickly. Cousins looking to throw in corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings, Herb Smith Jr., but there is a flag on the play. So we have to see what the flag is. And also, some of the Giants players seem to think that he didn't actually grab it. Offside against the defense, of course, that's going to be declined, but they will have to double-check the catch, because immediately one of the Giants DBs signaled that he didn't come up with a nice throw from Cousins. No, that's a good touchdown. That's a good touchdown. Got it. Knee inbounds. Yep, that's good. So it's 24-20. Extra point coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. There's 7:46 left in the quarter for the extra point. Snap is away, hold is good, kick is up, and it's good. 24-21. Game on here in Minnesota, and these offenses are just looking fantastic today. Both of them really come to play. The defense as well, they got to wake up a little bit. If Giants lose, at least soften them up for us, right, Susan? It's like, just come on. It's like, do something. At least try and make their life a little more difficult. Come on now. Come on now. But yeah, these offenses just going up and down the field. Holy moly. Let's take a look at some of the stats here if we can pull it up, and we'll just, we'll see how many yards these offenses had. Daniel Jones has 200, we're halfway through the third quarter. Daniel Jones, 218 passing yards. Cousins, 191. Giants have 125 rushing yards. Vikings 60. So, I mean, Giants definitely moving the ball more effectively, but still don't count out the Vikings yet because they have such great players. Both teams throwing haymakers just back and forth. It's like watching like the Rocky movies, It's like boxing is obviously not like that at all. Could you imagine if boxing was actually like the Rocky movies where it's just like bam and then bam? Like that would be insane. Poor Chargers. Yeah, Susan, 100% poor Chargers. I just feel bad. In a way, I feel bad, but honestly, I kind of don't. Simply because, look, being a 49er fan, we've had our fair share of disappointments in the playoffs. So, of course, the Super Bowls with the Ravens and the Chiefs and the NFC Championship games against the Seahawks and the Giants and the Rams. And, so as much as I sometimes feel bad for fans of other teams, I'm like, yeah, not great. Miami QB rating like below 50. We're up to 22 subscribers. Thank you so much to the latest subscriber, by the way. Trying to get to 100 likes on the stream. And let's see how we were doing the likes department. We're at 86 likes. So we're 14 likes away. If we can get to 100 likes, that would be awesome. Let's go. Yeah, Skylar Thompson, I mean, rookie 7th round pick, like Brock Purdy, and Miami does have a lot of very good viable weapons, but he just struggled today, 18 for 45. Jeez. Yikes. That's tragic. 18 for 45. Shifty, should we draft a center out of Michigan? I definitely think we should draft a center. I'd like to get Whippler from Ohio State, even if we have to trade up a little bit, maybe in the 3rd round to get him. But I do think we need I think Brendel's played really well down the stretch, and I hope Brendel can keep playing well. But I think we'd need like a long-term solution at center and someone we can really just kind of have, whether it's Trey Lance or Brock Purdy, that they can kind of like grow and like kind of develop that chemistry together, something similar to like a Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning, having that like relationship with quarterback and center. I think is always a good thing when you have those guys on the same page. But yet it was actually on that play, the flag was actually offsides against the Giants defense, and that was Jared Davis who was offside. But yet it was nice throw by Kirk Cousins, and really nice catch too by Irv Smith Jr. to get his knee inbounds. So Miami would have won today with Tua, probably. Henry, how are we doing? Let's go Brock Purdy. Love it. Watch Foreman versus Best. I will check that out, man. D-Land, I will check that out. 1st and 10 Giants. Jones throws it, going to be caught by Hodgins. Pickup of about 5 yards. Of course, it was a touchback on the kickoff. So 2nd and 5 from the Giants' own 30-yard line coming up. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter. Or if the receivers didn't drop so many passes. Yeah, the Miami receivers were not good today, especially Jalen Waddle. He had a couple of bad drops that could have been for big gains. So, yeah, just watching those Rocky movies, it's like, could you imagine if that was like reality in terms of boxing, where it's like there's no defense, it's just like swings, crazy. 2nd and 5 right now for the Giants. Jones behind center, Barkley in the backfield, Bellinger in motion, fake the pitch out to Barkley. They hand it up to Breda, gets 4 yards on the play. Nice little tricky play right there. A lot of misdirection, which I think is a good call because the Minnesota defense has been biting pretty hard on a lot of these plays, but honestly, their Minnesota defense, I think they read that pretty well, all things considered. There's a lot of different movement there. Mr. Irrelevant can beat the GOAT again. That would be awesome. Love to see that. Brock can definitely beat Tom Brady. And yeah, I mean, we saw it earlier this year that the Niners just kind of put a whooping on Tampa Bay. 3rd and 1 now from their own 34. This is a big down here for Minnesota because they have not been able to stop the Giants' offense. Jones behind center, hands it off on an end around to Breda, and Breda just gets enough for the 1st down. Wow. End around Breda. And he just fights for the 1st down. That was really close. It looked initially like he wasn't going to make it. And he just cut back inside and able to drag Danielle Hunter with him. Harrison Smith couldn't stop him. And that's 1st down Giants. Big 1st down for the New York Giants. Their offense stays on the field less than 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Giants have 130 rushing yards today, led by Daniel Jones with 70 yards. Jones behind center, Barkley in the backfield. They do hand off to Barkley between the left guard, left tackle, gets 3 yards on 1st down. Oh, Ikoe. Iko, I remember you. I believe you are a Chiefs fan. Do you think 49ers may meet the Chiefs? I think it could happen. It could happen. Susan, yes, the Chargers blew. It was 27-7 at halftime. But it was they were up 27-0 before the half. They were at one point up 27-0. 2nd and 7 for the Giants coming up. Jones and Shock and Barkley to his left. Jones looking over the middle, looking for Richie James. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Minnesota Viking defensive lineman. Get your hands up. It's always the case. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, knock the ball down. 83 people in here. Appreciate all of you. If you're new to the channel, if you could drop a like on the stream, that would be awesome. We're at 89 likes. We're looking to get to 100. If you like the content, do consider subscribing to the channel. We are doing Bengals Ravens after this. It'd be a fun one. 3rd and 7 now for the Giants. Jones in shotgun. Barkley to his left. 3 receivers down low, 1 up top. Snap is away. Under pressure. Jones going to get sacked. Gets taken down. And that's going to be Danielle Hunter. DJ Wanham right there too. And finally, the Minnesota defense gets a stop. The Giants are winning, yes. Did I say the Vikings were winning? Shifty, should the Cowboys fire Mike McCarthy if they lose to the Buccaneers? I guess if they feel like, because I feel like the Cowboys are thinking they could get Sean Payton, right? Then maybe. The punt is away, taken by... Oh, and the Vikings fumbled it! But they do recover it on the punt. He should have called a fair catch, didn't. Took a shot immediately. The ball was fumbled, but it looks like Minnesota came up with it. Number 5, that's Jalen Reagor, fumbled the ball. And luckily for the Vikings, it appears as if, I think the Vikings, it looks like number 29 recovered it. Yeah, that's going to be Vikings football. 91 likes on the stream. Thank you so much. We're at Eric Armstead likes, only 9 away from 100. Richie James, 49ers legend, Matt Breida. Yeah, the Giants have a couple of 49ers. I think it's maybe just those 2 guys. What really surprised me about the Chargers blowing a 27-point lead is that Matt Ryan wasn't involved. I saw a really funny picture online. It was the Chargers logo, but kind of meshed in with the Atlanta Falcons logo. And it's like, oh, here's the Chargers' new logo. Danielle Hunter is underrated. Yeah, I think Danielle Hunter is a good pass rusher. I wouldn't say he's top 5, maybe sneaks into the top 10 in terms of edge rushers, but I think he's definitely a good player for sure. And himself and Zadarius Smith do make a pretty good partnership rushing from the edge. Can the Ravens win without Lamar? I think it's going to be a tough ask. They're going to need to have, their defense is going to have to play their game of their season. They're going to have to force turnovers. Also, the run game is going to have to be really effective if it's Tyler Huntley. Got to put him in good situations, but I just think that it's going to be maybe hard to keep up with the Cincinnati offense. How long have I been doing this? Asks Frankie. I started the streams and basically my channel approximately halfway through last season. So the first stream that I did was the 49ers and the Colts on Sunday Night Football. Colts won that game in the rain, damn it. But that was the first stream. So I've been doing this for about over a year and a few months. I think it's going to be tough for the Ravens to get the win. But look, these two teams, they just played each other. They just played each other on Sunday. So you're not going to be a whole bunch of surprises in terms of what you're going to see, except for the Ravens actually might have Tyler Huntley for this one, whereas I can't even remember who was their quarterback on Sunday. So I hope Tyler Huntley can go. We know for sure that Lamar Jackson is out. That's already been confirmed. But if Huntley can go, at least he's played a number of games this year, so you feel a little bit better about it being a competitive game. First and 10 Vikings after the punt at their own 24. Cousins fakes the pitch to Cook, comes back, looks and finds Thielen down the field. Pickup of 12 yards, moving the ball up to the 36-yard line. Nice play on 3rd down. I think Cousins wanted to go to his tight end underneath, but it was well covered. Keeps his eyes downfield, scans the field, sees Thielen running wide open, and bam, first down, 12-yard pickup. Lamar Jackson is playing with another team next year. Probably, maybe, who knows, right? First and 10 Vikings at their 36. Cousins behind center. They pitch out to Cook to the left. Cook's going to try and cut inside. Scampers up, picks up about maybe 5 yards on the play, 4 or 5 yards. There is a giant player down, hurt on the ground. I think maybe Kayvon Thibodeau, but I'd have to get another look at it. I think I saw the number 5. We'll have to see, though, when they come back. I don't see the Ravens winning without Jackson. Yeah, it's unlikely, but I think there are ways that it could happen. Whoop, and the Giants trainer just tripped over Kayvon Thibodeau's foot. Jeepers Christ. It is Kayvon Thibodeau who's down on the ground. So that's not good. And he kind of went to the ground and he just stayed on the ground. So hopefully he's okay. Is Lamar greedy or smart? I guess sometimes it is smart to be greedy and sometimes it's not. I think that Lamar is going to make a lot of money. I think in a interesting way, Lamar maybe made himself more money this year by the fact that he was out and the Ravens offense was just so abysmal without him that it's like, I'm sure the Ravens are like, of course they already knew kind of how good he was, but Lamar Jackson and his agent can kind of go like, without me, this is what you're left with. Ravens need Ray Lewis to win. Ugh, Ray Lewis. Burrow does throw picks. I hope they beat the Bengals. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I just really don't like the Chiefs right now. So I kind of want whatever team. I guess, if Lamar can come back the week after, we'll see. Calvin Jackson, what's up, Shifty? 49ers fan for life. Of course, man. Hopefully everything in Jamaica is all good with you, bud. Great to see you. Is Lamar greedy or smart? Could be both. We'll find out. We have 94 likes. We are at Charles Amenahu likes. We're at Justin Smith likes. 6 likes away from hitting 100. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate all the support today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out here. God Emperor is thinking that there's no way the Ravens win. I would say there are ways that the Ravens can win, but it's not going to be easy. Lamar is negotiating. Oh, he doesn't have an agent. Interesting. I did not know that. Well, then Lamar himself is going to go to the Ravens and be like, you now see what I'm worth to this franchise. So, like, the Ravens are not going to have an early draft pick. They're not going to be able to get a quarterback anywhere near Lamar Jackson's level. And, yeah, so I think they're going to be they need to sign him. Looked like a little bit awkward there for Thibodeau going down, but he is on the sideline. Looks like it was maybe actually his hand, that maybe there was like a dislocation or something. 2nd and 6 for the Vikings, though, at their own 40. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Cousins snap, looking, gets Jefferson. Jefferson cannot break the tackle. Nice tackling there. Adoree Jackson. And he is a decent matchup for Jefferson. Jefferson definitely has size in terms of height and length on Adoree, but Adoree's got that elite speed. So nice tackle by Adoree Jackson. It definitely goes both ways. And so, I think that when it comes to the quarterback and you have someone who's as good as Lamar, if you let him go, maybe it sets your franchise back a long time. Thibodeau is back out there. I think it was something to do with his hand, maybe a finger dislocation, but he's out there right now for this play. 3rd and 2, big play here for the Vikings. At their own 44, Giants showing blitz. They back off of it. Cousins looking to throw, dumps it over. Dalvin Cook, first down over the middle, gets up to midfield. We have 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Thibodeau is going to be really good, I think. It's a business first, and look, I support players getting their money. 100%, always will, because you never know what can happen, which we've seen this season. So the Vikings at their own 49, actually, but it is 1st down and 10. Cousins changing up the play behind center. Dalvin Cook single back, fakes the handoff to Cook. Cousins looking, throwing it deep. Xavier McKinney and Justin Jefferson fighting down the field. Great play by McKinney, almost intercepts it. But Xavier McKinney played that really well, kind of just shielded it. He's looking for the ball, so he's more than allowed to do that. Completely the letter of the law. Carcast, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. We're at 102 likes. Let's go. We hit 100 likes on the stream. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, guys. We have 87 people in here. Appreciate you all hanging out on this Sunday super wild card weekend. Minute 43 left in the third quarter. Cousins in shotgun, back to his right. Fakes the draw play here, and it gets stuffed. Jalen Smith, Dexter Lawrence, they just take him down about 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Draw play, Cousins kind of fakes the pass, hands it off, and bam, went nowhere. Frankie almost a picked offensive no, potentially. Great win, Stu. Yeah, great win, Stu. Let's go. 3rd and 13 now. Cousins looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. Going to be caught by KJ Osborne, but it is going to be 4th down. Excuse me. Pickup of about 10 on the play, so it's going to be 4th and relatively short. You're at the Giants' 43-yard line, so you're in that part of the field where you probably want to go for it. Yeah, great win, Stu. Super happy with the win. I was really happy with of course, I mean, playoff win, you're always gonna be stoked for it, but the Vikings are lining up to go for it. Play clock winding down. 4th and 2, Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. Snap is away. Throws it wide open is TJ Hawkinson. Julian Love lays a big hit, but Hawkinson holds on, and that is probably gonna do it. That is probably going to do it for the third quarter, but Hawkinson holds on down the field. Gutsy play call to throw it down the field, down to the Giants' 25-yard line. Pickup of about maybe 18 on the play. Aggressive play call, but yes, that is going to take us now to the fourth quarter. And this game is this is a close one here, folks. This is a close one. Both defenses are Swiss cheese. You feel like, yeah, if even if you can hold them to 3 here, you almost, obviously at this point now, that's a win. If you're the Giants, of course, you're thinking hold them to 3, tie game. Your offense has moved the ball very well. You're probably still feeling pretty good. The Vikings have had a number of big plays on this drive, but yikes, yeah. That's a gutsy call on 4th and 2 to throw it down the field like that. Sorry it was gone for so long. All good, crazy guy. All good. I'm surprised both teams haven't scored in the 30s. I think that we'll get there pretty soon. God Emperor. Josh Holland. 49ers will kill either one of these teams. Yeah, I think the Niners are really poised to do well against a lot of these NFC teams. The one concern, I guess I have two. The one concern I have on offense for the 49ers is, early in the game, Brock Purdy definitely looked a little bit shaky. First playoff game, so you'd like to think that maybe he kind of got that out of his system. But the Niners do have a lot of negative plays. Purdy was only sacked once, but the Seahawks had 8 tackles for loss yesterday. So you really got to cut that out, especially when you go up against teams like the Eagles, who have a fierce pass rush and who have really good secondary. So that's going to be really difficult to navigate. Like those, 3rd and 12s, those 2nd and 14s, when you have a team like the Eagles, a defense like the Eagles, or potentially like the Bills or what have you, it's not going to be like playing the Seattle defense. Love your show. Oh, thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate that, bud. Thank you. But so on offense, that's my concern with the 49ers are the negative plays. Got to cut that out. The over-under for this game is 48, and we are at 45 right now. So I think that we should easily eclipse that. The over-under for the game tonight is 40. So we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, so I think, and defensively with the 49ers is, I think that the Niners, we do struggle. The Niners defense of 2019 was able to get pressure with 4 down linemen when it was, they're showing a Viking fan, a kid who's going to be going to the Super Bowl. And that kid is pumped up. He got some Super Bowl tickets from Roger Goodell. Cool. The Vikings won't be there, but But yeah, so just getting pressure with 4. Niners haven't been able to consistently do that. So, but hopefully they can do that moving forward. Secondary is concerning, but Lenore, Diamador played great. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Little dump off screen pass to Dalvin Cook's going to lose about 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 14 coming up. Great play there. Darnay Holmes, the slot back, read the play really well, got right in before the offensive lineman could lay the block. And a loss of 4 on 1st down. They're only saying loss of 2. Well, what do I know? Yeah, Mooney didn't have a great game, but DK Metcalf is a tough matchup. Just like that throw down the field, it was like Mooney kind of slipped, tripped a little bit. And yeah, outside of that, like I think Mooney was okay. A lot of good coverage, but DK played really good. 2nd and 12 for the Vikings. Cousins in shotgun, looking to throw. Time's running out, gets it to Cook. Cook makes made a miss initially, and now he kind of stumbles over his own feet. If he could have kept his balance, he could have got maybe run up for a 1st down, but only picks up about maybe 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 8 coming up. Shifty, are you going to watch the Super Bowl or stream it? Probably both. Especially if it's the 49ers. Mooney, yeah. 86 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for all the likes. We have 106 likes on the stream. Thank you for all that. All the support. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you like the content. Appreciate it. 3rd and 8 coming up. Cousins in shotgun. Back to his left. Snap is away. Cousins looking to throw. Over the middle. Going to get TJ Hawkinson. Hawkinson's trying to get the 1st down. Not going to get there. Even with the extra push at the end. Wow, that's a generous spot by the official. Ooh, that's a very generous spot by the official. If I'm the Giants, do I consider challenging this? Because I thought he was about a half a yard shy, but looks like they're giving him the 1st down. If you're the Giants, do you challenge this? And then it's a 4th and inches, and maybe the Vikings kick the field goal to tie the game. Looks like, have they already challenged it? Because the play clock has stopped. Brian Dayball is taking out the challenge flag, I think, or maybe he already threw it. Got to double team Hawkinson. So it's when Hawkinson's knee was down, which is there. Yeah, he's definitely short. So you have to challenge that. Because I'm assuming that they did give him the 1st down. But he's definitely shy. So he's probably about a half. They're going to say they have now changed it to 4th and 1. And the Vikings have a decision here. 13 minutes left in the game. To be honest, if I'm the Vikings, I think that I have to go for it. God Emperor is Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, and Jefferson in his top 5. It's a pretty good top 5. Hard to argue with that. The only thing about the Vikings is that they have top-tier wide receivers, and right now Niners look exposed in secondary. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that the Seahawks wide receivers are pretty darn good too. Like DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, they're pretty darn good. So, I mean, Justin Jefferson is better than either DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett, but Thielen's good. But I think in terms of, if I had to rate those four guys, I would go Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, then Adam Thielen. So but it's close. Cousins, you'd probably say, is better than Geno Smith. Vikings offense staying on the field. Mooney Ward got beat once by DK. Yeah, other than that, Musical Cafe, I kind of agree. I thought Mooney had some really good coverage, even on some of those catches, but just great job by DK to haul it in. Joe Duke says, you do a great job of doing the play-by-play. I've seen a few other live streams. Oh, they actually went for it on 4th and 1, and there's a flag on the play. The Giants seem to think that he was short, although where Cousins ended up, it's coming back. It's on Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell is not a happy man. It's a false start. It's coming back 5 yards now. I think you have to consider, that's a false start. I think the left guard, maybe the left tackle as well. Yep, they're going to bring out the field goal unit. But I was so busy reading Joe Duke's compliment that You do a great job giving the play-by-play. I've seen a few other live streamers where the guy hardly talks or just has combos with the chat. I like to do both. I like to talk about the game, try and do the play-by-play, and also I respect people that the fact that they come in here, take their time with it. 38-yard field goal attempt coming up. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it's good. Towards the left side of the upright, but still good. But I like to, we're at 24 apiece, folks. This is going to be coming down to the wire. But I like to engage with the chat, and of course, for people who just kind of want to be able to just listen, or if they can't watch the game, know what's going on play by play, I like to do a mesh of all those things. So regardless of how the postseason goes, we got to look at secondary in the offseason, free agency, and draft. The Niners, of course, we have some big decisions to make in the offseason. One of the big things is going to be the status of Emmanuel Moseley. Of course, he tore his ACL against the Panthers. Do you bring Moseley back? Do we have the cap space? The Niners, of course, have to consider, giving Nick Bosa a gigantic contract. Brandon Ayuk will not be too far behind that either. So, and then you want to look at bringing back some guys too. The Niners, a lot of the edge rushers for the Niners are free agents. So it's going to be navigating the cap. But the fact that we're not paying any quarterback significant money is obviously a huge benefit for the 49ers. So, 24-piece secondary and the right side of the O-line need upgrades. I think that Burford could be the guy there. I'd like to bring back Brunskill just for... the Super Bowl starts at 3:30 p.m. Chua, great. Thank you for letting me know that. Excellent, appreciate that. I think Burford, look, rookie guy. I think he's looked pretty good. Not perfect, but give him another year. Look, we didn't even see Aaron Banks in his rookie year. So if Banks was out there, who knows how Banks would have looked. But Banks, I think, has shown that he is a very capable starting left guard in this league. And I think maybe give him another year, and I think Burford could be the same way. But I do agree that we need a right tackle because considering what Mike McGlinchey might make in free agency, I think you might want to move on. 49ers manage the cap well, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I would like Emmanuel Moseley back, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if D'Amico Ryans... I'm assuming that he'll get a head coaching job somewhere, and they'll probably, if he goes to let's just say, for example, the Texans. I think he already said he's not going to go there, but if he did, they just throw crazy money at him. So at Moseley, be like, hey, come over here. You'll make $5-6 million a year more. And I think Moseley would be right to take it. This is going to be a close game. Yeah, you're right, man. I think it's going to be going down to the wire. We have 92 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're up to 108 likes. Appreciate all that support. There is 12:34 left in the game. Minnesota just tacked on 3 points. 12-play drive. The Vikings will now be kicking it back to the New York Football Giants. Kick is away. It's going to be a touchback right through the back of the end zone. Almost hits a camera guy. That camera looked super expensive. Steve-O Supremo. Why do you think he'd get a job over Bieniemy? That's a good question. I mean, I don't personally, I don't know. Obviously, I don't personally know either of those guys, but I think that D'Amico, in his 2 years as defensive coordinator, of course, the Niners do have a lot of talent on defense, but he's been nothing but amazing, and all the players speak incredibly highly of him. When we hired D'Amico back in 2017, Shanahan's like he's going to be a head coach. But, everyone has their preferences. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 25. Jones in shotgun. Snap is away. Looking under pressure. Gets hit as he throws it just out of bounds. And incomplete on 1st and 10. There were some players in the area, but that was clearly a throwaway. Of course, sometimes teams will be like, oh, they want to hire the offensive coach. There has been some mixed things about Bieniemy. Bieniemy has interviewed for a bunch of different jobs and hasn't gotten it. Maybe this is his year. I know, of course, Patrick Mahomes talks very highly of Bieniemy. So, but then again, maybe it's just kind of easy being an offensive coordinator when Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, and you have all those weapons. Jones in shotgun, back to his left. Snap is away. They fake the handoff to Barkley. Going to throw it underneath to Slayton. Slayton's going to get first down yardage here. Gets up to the 39, pickup of 14. Just a nice little Drag route across, able to get open. Slayton's got kind of he's actually got really good speed. Really solid player. That throw was almost batted down at the line of scrimmage. I hear Bieniemy does horrible in interviews. I mean, yeah, of course, none of us are really privy to that, but he has interviewed a lot, and but yeah, this could be his year. We'll have to wait and see. Less than 12 minutes to go in the game. Jones in the pistol, Barkley behind him. Snap is away. Quick pass out here to Richie James. Makes a man miss. First down yardage for Richie James. Gets up to about midfield. Maybe just on the Minnesota side of the field. Nice little move right there from Richie James. I like the play call too. Minnesota bringing pressure, the DB, the slot corner blitz. And then you just do the quick pass out, and that's the perfect recipe. That's how you beat those. Chandon Sullivan on the blitz, quick pass. One less guy out there to stop Richie James. 1st and 10, Jones behind center. Barkley in the backfield. Maybe a false start on the left tackle there. Jones throwing it over the middle. Ooh, dangerous throw. Looking for Slayton. There is a flag on the play, and I think that was maybe a false start. Shelley, the DB for the Vikings, I thought he had great coverage. Illegal contact against the Vikings. God Emperor, I don't trust Bieniemy. I think he has his hand held by Andy Reid. Figuratively, of course. Illegal contact, so it's 5 yards, automatic first down for the offense. I mean, at the end of the day, if Bieniemy is you could maybe have said that about Mike McDaniel. Like, oh, was Kyle Shanahan holding his hand and blah, blah, blah. But, so I don't know. I think you just have to interview the guy, and if you like him and you think he has a good vision for the team, go for it. Snap is away from the Minnesota 45. Jones in shotgun, throw to Slayton. Caught. Picks up 5 yards. 11 minutes left in the game. The Giants are now up to the Minnesota 40. This has the makings of a game, and I'm stating the obvious. That's going to be going down to the wire, I think. Bieniemy has legal issues. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm not sure. 109 likes on the stream. Thank you so very much. Did you see McDaniel's vaping? Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, especially after losing. Let's see. Maybe this was incomplete. Yeah, that's incomplete, actually. Bring it back 5 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Minnesota 45. I do like that the officials can the New York or whoever talks to the officials, they just overturn that without having to go through a whole challenge and stuff. So 2nd and 10 for the Giants at the Minnesota 45. 11:08 left in the game. Jones in shotgun. Breida to his right. Snap is away. Jones looking downfield. Under pressure. Has to roll out to his left. Throws it downfield. Caught by Hodgins. Did he get his feet in bounds? The official says yes. Patrick Peterson on the coverage, right on the sideline. Yeah, Andy Reid's son got into some. Oh, I think he only got his right foot in. Did he get his... No, that's good, actually. He got both feet in. And they went hurry up. Jones looking for the end zone. Slayton, he caught it. No, he dropped it out of bounds. And they went hurry up, and... I actually think that even if they didn't go hurry, that looked like a catch on the previous play, but Jones looking for Slayton in the end zone. Slayton initially had it, but dropped it, couldn't come down with it. What a good throw. Yeah, Andy Reid's son, not a good situation at all. 2nd and 10 now for the New York Giants. Oh, that's too big. Jones in shotgun by himself, play clock at 2-1. Snap is away. Jones quick throw out to Barkley. He's got blockers ahead of him. Down to the 20, down to the 15. And that's going to be first down yardage for the Giants. Maybe down to the 16. Just get enough for the first down. Pickup of 10 on the play. Giants on the move. 10.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Giants offense being able to pick up these chunk yards. I think, that was Kenny Golladay with the good block. He's getting paid a lot of money to, lay a block. So, hey, there you go. Almost, yeah, that was pretty close right there. Giants at the Minnesota 16-yard line. Jones in shotgun, back to his right. 10 minutes left. They hand it to... No, Jones keeps it. Got some blockers and gets about maybe 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards on the play. Tackled there by Jay Wanham. I think Wanham took him down eventually. 98 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do feel free to... drop a like on the stream if you're new to the channel. Consider subscribing. We are going to be doing Ravens Bengals coming up next after this game. 2nd and 5. They're giving a pickup of 5 for Daniel Jones. 9.5 minutes. Jones in the pistol. Barkley behind him. 3 receivers up top. Hodgins down low. Play clock at 2. 1 snap is away. Fakes the handoff to Barkley. Rolls to his left. Looking. Now the Vikings blitzing. Just throws it away. Run out of time. Really good coverage down the field by the Vikings. Nothing doing. Jones has to throw it away. 3rd and 5 coming up. Shifty, I see a black screen, but I can't see you, but I can hear you. What? Can anyone else not see me? Can anyone else not see me, or is that just Chua? We have 101 people in here, by the way. No, I think the stream is, I think it's working. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Giants. They're at the Minnesota 11-yard line. Can everyone else see me on the stream? Yes, no, maybe so. Hopefully. No? Maybe? Yes? I see you. There we go, Geez. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. 3rd and 5 coming right up. There we go. Thank you. Jones in shotgun. Back to his left. Woohoo! Unfortunately, I can't see the black screen. Hey, come on. I'm not that ugly. Jones looking down the field. Throws it. Going to be caught by Richie James. I think he's short. Yep, they're going to mark him a yard short. 9 minutes to go in the game. He's half a yard short. Chua, yeah, refresh. Sometimes the video player on YouTube can act up. But he's half a yard short. Giants have a decision to make. Considering how the defenses have played, I think you maybe go for it. The Giants' offense is out on the field. They're saying 4th and 1. I think it's maybe just 4th and inches. Jones going to come out behind center. Barkley in the backfield. Snap is away. Jones, wow. Jones does a quarterback sneak, but he takes a hit. His body kind of like awkwardly went back for a second. Kenny says, I see you. So they pick up the first down on 4th and 1. Jones takes a bit of a shot there from Eric Kendricks, and his body kind of like contorted backwards for a second, so hopefully Jones is okay. It was a little bit awkward looking. He holds on to the ball. 1st and goal at the Minnesota 5. Jones behind center, I formation. Receiver up top, 1 down low. Less than 8 minutes to go. End around fakes. Looking for Bellinger in the end zone and just has to throw it away. There is a flag on the field. This might be probably defensive holding, maybe illegal contact. We'll see what the call is. 113 likes. Thank you, everybody. It's holding on the defense, so it's going to be 1st and goal yet again. They're going to move it half the distance to the goal. So instead of from the 5, it's going to be from like the 2.5 yard line. Zadarius Smith shaking his head. 1st and goal. Jones behind center. Single back is Barkley. Snap is away. They hand it to Barkley. Barkley gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. He eventually fought his way into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. New York Football Giants. Extra point pending, could be huge. Hoo-wee. Hold it. Honestly, who do you think is going to win? Ask Ashby. I think the Giants have just looked a little bit better. I also did a playoff prediction video of like a number last Tuesday, I think, and I had the Giants winning. So I'm going to stick with that. Extra point coming up. There's 7:47 left in the game. Both teams of all 3 timeouts. Barkley just had the 2-yard rushing touchdown, able to force his way into the end zone with authority. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it's good for the extra point. 24-31. Minnesota's offense going to take over. Plenty of time left on the clock. No need to get anything. Just don't have. You can run your offense, run the ball, do what you got to do. But this is the big question with Kirk Cousins. This is the thing that we've heard about Kirk Cousins ever since going back to his days at Washington is, can he win the big game? The eyes of the country, the eyes of the football world are on him. Can he step up? This is what he gets paid the big money for. When you get those big contracts as the quarterback, you got to deliver in the big moments. He's done it before in the playoffs. I remember the Vikings they beat the Saints, was it a couple of years ago in the playoffs in New Orleans. So he has done it before. He's also kind of shrunk in a lot of big moments too, of course. So we're going to have to see how it goes. But Kirk Cousins now has the weight of in a lot of ways, he has the weight of the franchise on his shoulders. But here's the thing. If I'm the Vikings, Dalvin Cook, to me, has been running the ball relatively well. Let's take a look at Dalvin Cook's numbers. Well, 15 carries for 64 yards a carry, so not great, but could be worse, I guess. But I still think that you don't go away from the run game. Plenty of time left. You don't have to force anything. So I'll be very curious. Now, Kevin O'Connell, and this is sometimes both of these coaches, it's their first year as a head coach. Brian Daboll's done a very good job this year with the team, and he's done a very good job in this game. O'Connell's done quite a good job as well. This is a big ask. A lot of first-year head coaches. There's going to be some big calls down the stretch here. 7:47 left in the game. Giants about to kick it off to the Minnesota Vikings. And this is going to be a big woof. I can't wait. And selfishly, I'm just so happy that the 49ers won yesterday, and it's stress-free football day. Here we go. Giants about to kick it off back to the Vikings. Justin Jefferson has been a little bit quiet. The Giants have done a good job at slowing him down. Justin Jefferson on the day, 7 catches, 47 yards. He's been targeted 9 times, but only 47 yards. So you have to say, through 3.5 quarters, the Giants have done a great job at limiting Justin Jefferson. I think any team going into a matchup with the Vikings, if you were to say, hey, there's 7:47 left in the game and Justin Jefferson has 47 receiving yards, I think you'd take it. TJ Hawkinson's had a big game for the Vikings. Damn, I just lost 2 subscribers. What the hell, man? Kick is away, fielded and taken to the 15, to the 20, up to about the 22-yard line. Here we go. Vikings, big drive coming up. Someone lost their cleat. Looks like it was actually the returner lost his cleat, and he just ran out and still took it up to the 22. So there we go. First team to make a stop or last team with the ball. Well, yep, I think you could be spot on with that, Christian. There is a Giants player down. Number 27 of the New York Giants is down. That's Jason Pinnock, special teams player. Looks like it was maybe his... Ooh, that's a little... I thought initially it was going to be his arm, but then his helmet kind of hit into the back of the thigh of a Viking, and that was a bit of a crushing hit. Now we're back up to the 2 subscribers, so... Anywho, either way, yeah, crazy game, CG. You're spot on with that. Crazy, crazy game. Really good game. Both teams, the offenses have played very well. Defenses have been iffy, I would say, to say the least. Shifty, happy 49ers are watching the game. Who they get to play is study the tape. The butt counts. We have 106 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out on this Sunday of Super Wild Card Weekend. And this has been a heck of a game. Just really entertaining, back and forth, offensive scoring. And the Giants have been able to move the ball incredibly well. The Vikings defense definitely not playing up to the levels I would have expected or wanted. I would have thought. But yeah. Got 112 in the building. Let's go. Blew past the over again. Yeah, we're at 55 points. The over was what, 48 or 45 or 48, I think, in this one. The over for the next game is 40 between the Ravens and the Bengals, which, even despite the Bengals having a pretty high-power offense, could be a relatively defensive game. I'm doing a marathon on my stream. This game should favor Giants. There we go, man. Awesome stuff, dude. Keep it up. Keep doing your thing, CG. Love the work. Here we go. We're back, and this is actually a very long commercial break. And honestly, Pinnock of the Giants, he did hit his helmet. In wrapping up the tackle, he hit his helmet. His helmet hit off the back of the thigh of a Viking, and of course, in slow motion, it doesn't look like a huge impact, but in real time, I'm sure it was pretty wild. So hopefully he's okay. Have all the games hit the over? I would imagine the one earlier did, because there was like 60-something points. And the Giants player is being carted off. He's conscious, but of course you have to always err on the side of caution. It looked like he has helmet. I'm not really sure exactly, but I think maybe it was that. He's definitely in some discomfort, but maybe it was the left foot. Now they're saying the left foot possibly, but hopefully he's okay. 1st and 10 Vikings at their own 23. Cousins in shotgun, dumps it off to Dalvin Cook. Great play there. Darnay Holmes of the New York Giants comes up, and he's been playing really well, especially in this fourth quarter. Loss of 4. Cousins dumps it off to Dalvin Cook, and a loss of 4. Great tackle by Darnay Holmes to wrap him up. Knocked the wind out of him. 2nd and 14. Vikings going hurry up. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers down low. Cousins looking, dumps it off here to Hawkinson. Hawkinson's got a blocker, not going to get much. Kind of a partnership tackle there by the safety Jefferson and Kayvon Thibodeau. Only a pickup of a couple yards, and Thibodeau doing the gritty. So, Justin Jefferson ain't going to like that. Best game so far for sure, says Frankie. The only blowout so far has been the Niners over the Sea Chickens. Teams must play all 60 minutes. Couldn't have said it better myself. 3rd and 12 after the pickup of 2. I thought Hawkinson could have maybe gone a little bit more north and south on that one. 3rd and 12, Cousins in shotgun, back to his right. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. 2 receivers down low, 2 up top. Snap is away. Cousins looking to throw down the field. Got time, running out of time. Dumps it off to Cook, incomplete. And the Vikings are going to have to punt the ball away. Incomplete, tried to eventually dump it off to Dalvin Cook. Nothing doing downfield, nobody open, under some pressure. And yikes, good pressure. I mean, you have Hawkinson doing a pretty decent job of blocking Kayvon Thibodeau on that one. But the Vikings now forced to punt the ball away, and this Vikings defense is now going to have to answer some serious questions that they have not been able to answer all game long. 116 likes. Thank you so much for all the support on the stream. Here's the punt. It is away. Looks like a pretty decent punt. Richie James is going to take it at the 16-yard line. Gets up to the 24-yard line. Return of 8 after a nice punt by the Minnesota Vikings. There is 6:28 left in the game. Again, both teams, all 3 timeouts. Kayvon Thibodeau, the Oregon Duck. And hey, Kenny, how about that Diamador Lenore interception yesterday, the Oregon Duck? Big time plays by some Oregon Duck players in the last couple of days. Let's get a 6-minute drive and tutty and put this game away, says Frankie. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Minnesota's defense, now they need to get a stop. 7-point game. They can't give up any points at this stage of the game. If it's a two possession game, that's going to be real difficult to come back. A field goal can do it here for the Giants, yeah. Depending on how much time comes off the clock, but yeah. Minnesota cannot give up any more points, you feel like, if they want to win this one. Jones over the middle, looking for Richie James, incomplete on first down. Good coverage, Chandon Sullivan. Looking for Richie James on the drag route over the middle, incomplete. Risky throw right there. Good coverage there by Sullivan, and James was just not open. Would have been a tough throw. 6:08 left in the game. Whew. This is big right in here for for these teams, man. Both first-year head coaches. Vikings, of course, a lot of promise coming into this year. Giants kind of playing with house money. Chandon Sullivan on the blitz, but they get it to Saquon, and Saquon picks up just enough for the first down, able to dump it off to Saquon. Chandon Sullivan on the blitz was able to get his hand to it, deflects it a little bit, but didn't get enough on the deflection. Great job by Barkley to reel it in and gets enough for the first down. Good call, I think, right there to bring the blitz, but just great job by Saquon to be able to just one-hand catch, gets it up. First down, Minnesota. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Jones in the shotgun with Barkley to his left. Bellinger in motion. Barkley now moves to his right. Play clock winding down. Snap is away. Jones going to roll out to his right, going to run it with Barkley leading the way, but that's well covered by Danielle Hunter. A pickup of 1, maybe 1.5 yards. Great job, Danielle Hunter, to run him out of bounds. Excellent job, right? I guess both teams have kind of outperformed in terms of preseason. I think the Giants, if you asked Giants fans before the year, they would have been very ecstatic to just be in the playoffs, and they're showing that they are definitely worthy of a playoff spot this year. 2nd and 9, less than 5 minutes to go. Barkley to his right, man in motion, play clock winding down. Snap is away. Jones looking, gets it to Isaiah Hodgins, who gets about 8 yards on the play. 3rd and 1 coming up. 3rd and 1 coming up right here for the New York Giants. 4:30 left in the game. Clock is moving. By the time the next play gets snapped, you're thinking about 4 minutes left. Was not 100% his fault. Herbert is a beast, but he did. It's kind of the fault of everyone on the team, really. Coach, defense, quarterback, everyone takes the blame when you're up 27-0 and you lose. 3rd and 1. Jones in shotgun, hands it to Barkley up the middle. Barkley gonna be short. Definitely did not make it. 4th down coming up. Maybe he got half a yard there, but he's definitely short. 4th and 1 coming up. I'd say closer to 4th and inches, if anything. 116 likes, thank you very much. Is OBJ a Cowboy? No, OBJ is still a free agent. But he definitely did not get the first down. The Giants offense staying on the field. Ooh, this is a gutsy call, and they're in the shotgun too. Timeout on the field. Giants call a timeout. The play clock was winding down. There's 3:28 left in the game. Giants use their first timeout. 4th and 1. Giants on their own 45-yard line. Wow, if you go for this, and if you don't get it, then hoo-wee. Yeah, Staley probably, we'll see about Brandon Staley in LA, because I don't know. It's going to be pretty tricky to see if he will still be with them. 4th and 1 coming up. Giants offense staying out there. They're at their own 45-yard line. I mean, they could always have elected to, and they still could actually just try, considering where they're at in the field, they could still try and just draw them offside. And even if they have to take the delay of game, you're still in a position where you can punt the ball. They're going to go quarterback sneak, and he gets it. First down, Giants. Daniel Jones, ball comes out. Vikings have it, but I think they're going to say that the play was whistled dead. First down. They're just going to know Joe, they went for it, and Jones gets the first down. I think they called the play dead, and then the ball came out. The tight end and Barkley are pushing Jones forward. It is a first down. New York Giants up to their own maybe 46, 47-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Vikings took their first timeout, I think. 3:18 left in the game. Whew. What a wild, wacky. Gutsy play call right there. Clear. What's Kevin O'Connell? I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's maybe seeing that maybe Daniel Jones was still moving forward, and then the ball came out. But if you call a timeout, can you then challenge? Oh, Kevin O'Connell saying he called a timeout before the snap even happened. And he did. He actually did, and he's not happy. And it actually could have been a penalty potentially against Minnesota for 12 men on the field. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Barkley, no gain. And Minnesota are going to use their second timeout. 3:14 left in the game. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Giants. Now, looks like Kevin O'Connell was calling timeout before the 4th and 1. But what you need to do, I guess he obviously didn't expect there to be a potential 12th man on the field. But in a situation like that, you have to get an official and be like, stay right here, because if I call timeout. Man, this game's going down to the freaking wire. 3:14, 2nd and 10 coming up for the Giants. The Vikings have one more timeout, and of course there is the 2-minute warning as well. The Giants, of course, went for the gutsy call on 4th and 1 to go for it on their own side of the field. Do they just run the ball here? Do they try a kind of a funky play? Do they pass it? Obviously, the risk is if you pass it, maybe you don't keep the clock moving. Jones looking to throw it, fakes the handoff, looking, and he's going to get sacked. And he loses about 5 yards on the play. Minnesota's going to take their third timeout. 3:05, loses 5 yards. 3rd and 15 coming up. Wow. If they get another first down, says Rich Ideas, they win the game. You're absolutely right. A first down here, and that would essentially ice the game. What a great game for Daniel Jones, though. 24 for 34, 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jones has also run the ball 14 times for 80 yards. So Daniel Jones has had a fantastic game. Yes, Minnesota now are out of timeouts. It's 3rd and 15. If you're the Giants, do you maybe just, do you try and throw for a first down, but you potentially stop the clock? If it's incomplete, do you try and do a quick pass maybe, and hopefully you break a tackle? Minnesota, what are they going to do here? 3:07 left. Snap is away. Jones is looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. It's going to be dropped. Darius Slayton could have caught it. Could have potentially ran for a first down, but he drops it. Wide open, and had a chance to maybe get some yak and get the first down, but he drops it, looking ahead before he secured the ball. Wide open, drops it, and that could be a monumental play. Slayton, of course, not happy with himself. 4th and 15. Giants punt the ball back to the Vikings. Rager calls the fair catch at the 12-yard line. So the Vikings got to go 88 yards. They have 2:56 left, no timeouts, but of course, 2-minute warning, so they have plenty of time. Tommy thinks the Vikings are going to win the game now. Vikings fans are pumped up after the drop. That's the risk that you take when you try and throw the football. If they ran the ball, you're pretty much in the same, and even if they don't get the first down, which they probably wouldn't have, you're in the same situation. But I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but you'd be nearly just about 2 minutes left. But here we go. I respect the fact that they went for it. I think that's pretty good. Cousins in shotgun. Cook to his left. 2:56 left. Snap is away. Cousins looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. Going to be caught by Hawkinson. Pickup of maybe 5 yards. Of course, the clock is moving. Minnesota going into hurry-up offense. 120 people in here, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out here on Sunday. Super wild card weekend. 2nd and 4, 2:35 left in the game. Snap is away. Cousins looking to throw. Under pressure. Just gets rid of it. Dexter Lawrence with the huge pressure. Gets rid of the ball. There's a flag on the field. Is this going to be roughing the passer? Is there a flag in the secondary? Personal foul, and that's against the Giants. 15-yard penalty. What's the call here? Deborah Maxwell, Rich agree. Want Minnesota. They could still win. Did they say... Wait, what was the... completely incidental. Not even with his hand. His arm kind of hit his face mask. That's a rough call right there. But it's a 15-yard penalty against the Giants. First down, Giants, of course, up to their own 33-yard line. They got 67 yards to go. Clock is stopped. 2:30 left in the game. No timeouts. Cousins in shock and empty backfield. Snap is away. Looking over the middle. Throws. Caught Hawkinson. Gets up to the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 14 on the play. First down. Giants offense on the move. Hawkinson, 14-yard pickup. 2:10 left in the game. First down. Cousins has Cook in the backfield with him. Snap is away. Cousins throwing it down the field. Incomplete. Looking for Adam Thielen. No flags on the play. 2:03 left in the game. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2-minute warning will be coming after the next play. And double Hawkinson, for crying out loud. Hawkinson's had a huge game. 9 catches, 126 yards. Justin Jefferson's been pretty quiet. Kirk Cousins on the day, 29 for 36, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Whatever the result of this next play, it is going to be the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10, play clock winding down, snap is away. Wow, Dexter Lawrence with great pressure on Cousins. Dalvin Cook gets maybe 2 yards, had to dump it off. Did you see the pressure there from Dexter Lawrence? Holy moly. Garrett Bradbury right off the snap was just... And Dayball, being the great coach that he is, goes up to Slayton and is like, hey man, the defense has got you. Shifty, we play Viking. How can we stop TJ Hawkinson? Mixture of Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, and Gibson. Only a pickup of 2 on the play, so 3rd and 8 coming up. It's the 2-minute warning. And, Dexter Lawrence just absolutely pushed Garrett Bradbury back like 5 yards straight away, right into Cousins. Cousins had to get rid of the ball. And, Lawrence is really stepping up here, big time. He did have that personal foul, but that was completely incidental. So, not always crazy about those kind of calls. But Slayton sold for real if the Vikings win. Yeah, and look, Slayton, maybe it looked like initially that he could have just easily taken the ball for a first down, but I don't know. Maybe Minnesota could have had a defender come in and stop him, and then it's not a huge... it would have affected the time left on the clock, but I don't know if a first down was necessarily guaranteed. Tight end has not been a problem, says Christian. Fred Warner and Greenlaw have seen to that. All good games. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good games. today. I mean, Miami really made a good game of it with Buffalo. Last night, of course, Jacksonville coming back, last second field goal to win the game. The Niners and Seahawks game, as a Niner fan, it was a really good game. It was very close, obviously, in the first half. The Seahawks were leading, but then the second half, the Niners just took over. If the Giants pull this off, they might be upset favorites against Philly. Potentially, that's a division game. Giants obviously will be coming in with a bunch of momentum. So, and there's obviously, in terms of there's no real travel issues going from New Jersey to Philadelphia. So that would be an interesting matchup, and I think that might even be potentially a tougher matchup for the Eagles, but we'll see. This game isn't over. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. There's about there is 1:56 left in the game. No timeouts. Obviously, you're in 4-down territory. You got 2 chances here to pick up 8 yards. Still plenty of time left. You're right near midfield, so of course time is an issue, but you still have a decent amount of time. Cousins in the shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers up top, 2 down low. Snap is away. Cousins looking to throw. Throwing it over the middle, going to be dropped by KJ Osborne. Good coverage by Elliott, I think, on the play. Or Flott. I'm not sure who. But KJ Osborne had a chance to reel it in. Nice coverage there by Flott. Threw it a little bit behind him, but I think KJ Osborne's got to do a little bit better. But this is the game here for Minnesota. If Minnesota don't pick up this first down, it is over. 4th and 8. Minnesota, no timeouts left, so if they don't convert here, season over. Giants can kneel it out. Cousins in shotgun. Cook to his right. Play clock winding down. Got to snap it. They do. Cousins looking to throw. Throws it for Hawkinson. Way short of the first down. And it's over. And the Giants are going to win. The Giants are going to win. What the hell play call was that? Threw it 5 yards short of the first down marker to TJ Hawkinson. Xavier McKinney with the tackle. Giants offense comes out on the field, and that's the game. And that is going to be it. 1:44 left. Vikings, no timeouts. Game over. What the hell play call was that? Hawkinson was about 4 or 5 yards short of the first down marker. And what was he thinking? What in the hell was that? That was awful. Vikings season is over. Giants gonna kneel it out. And that's the game. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye, Giants. Gonna win the game. Just 1 or 2 more kneels and it's over. It's going to be, they have to kneel it 2 more times and the game is over. Week 18 was closer than Philly would like for the second teamers. I think you're right, Cato. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. So the New York Giants are going to be traveling and taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Cousins, you like that? The New York Giants will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in the divisional round of the playoffs. The 49ers will face the winner of tomorrow's game between the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. 3rd and 12. They just have to kneel it 1 more time. No timeouts. Game over. And what a win for these New York Giants. And Richie James Jr., just like he used to do with the 49ers, does a funky flip in the victory formation. Giants win the game. It's over. You were very close, Frankie. Good call on the score prediction. Giants win. This is their first postseason win since 2011 for the New York Giants. The last time they won a postseason game in the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. SA asks, who do we want, Dallas or Buccaneers? Give me either of them. Give me either of them. Don't matter to me. So you're going to see a divisional matchup in the Divisional Round. An NFC East matchup between the Giants and the Eagles. Huge win for the Giants. The Giants looked pretty darn good today. 49ers had first playoff game. Bucks or Cowboys? Yeah, the Bucks are the Cowboys. The Niners basically have an extra 2 days of rest. Plus, whichever one of those teams will have to, of course, travel across the country to Santa Clara to take on the Niners. But it's official, folks. The Niners will face either the Buccaneers or the Cowboys. And man, what a game by the Giants. The offense looked great. The defense made enough plays to slow down the Minnesota offense. And what happened? Justin Jefferson was limited big time. Give credit to the New York Giants defense. Great game plan. Justin Jefferson today, 7 catches for only 47 yards, less than 7 yards per catch average. Unbelievable. Well, I want the Bucks only because it means Cowboys still haven't won a playoff game. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow night when it's going to be the Buccaneers taking on the Cowboys, and that's definitely a game that I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. Buccaneers, Cowboys, to determine who will face the 49ers in the divisional round. Whew, unreal. If the Cowboys, let me see, rich ideas. I don't like Dallas, so a loss to Tampa Bay is what I'm going for, but we will be ready for either. We'll be ready for either for sure. If the Cowboys win, then 3 of the final 4 teams in the NFC are from the same division, which a lot of people were thinking the NFC East was not great, but of course they've proved everyone wrong this year. Feels like all 49er QBs should get the chance to take out the Cowboys in the playoffs. I'd love that. Losing record. Bucks represent their division. Kirk, definitely going to Kirk, says Joey Nichols. I'm just befuddled at the play call on that 4th and 8. A 4th and 8. What is that? What is that play call? You're throwing it to Hawkinson 4 or 5 yards short of the first down marker. Of course, you're hoping that he breaks a tackle, but he's not George Kittle. He's not Travis Kelce. He's not breaking that tackle. I mean, Hawkinson had a great game, but McKinney was right there. So, puzzling play call, a play call that Minnesota Vikings fans are probably going to be thinking about for the next, maybe 7 or 8 months. Something that Kevin O'Connell is, of course, going to be questioned about significantly over the next 7 or 8 months, and rightfully so. But unbelievable game right there for the Giants. I think you have to give them credit. They played really good football. They went into Minnesota fearless. The offense looked great. Defense made enough plays when they needed to. And I think that the Giants should give the Eagles a run for their money. I think they should give them a run for their money. They just played each other a week ago, so there we go. But there we have it, folks. I want to thank everyone for hanging out on the stream. I'm going to be doing Bengals, of course. I'm going to be doing Bengals and Ravens. I have it set for going live at 5 o'clock local time here, but I'm going to probably push that back right until about kickoff because, yeah, I've been going for about over 3.5 hours straight. I'm going to need to go and get some food, but I'll be going live for the Bengals and the Ravens game in about maybe 20 minutes or so. But thank you very much, guys, for hanging out in the stream. On your way out, do consider dropping a like on the stream. Consider subscribing to the channel. And I hope that I will see you guys in about 20 minutes for the Bengals-Ravens AFC North showdown. Going to be a good one. Giants move on to take on the Eagles in the next round. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. 2 things before I head out. The butt counts. Catch you guys on the flip side. Hopefully, we'll see you guys